Let's re-rank all the rookies right now. Let's talk rookie rankings, rookie projections. Maybe we project a lot of these guys and figure out what they're going to do in 2025. Maybe how quickly they do it. And projections can sometimes really reshape what you're thinking, even if you have a ranking, even if you have a mindset and you throw it all out there constantly. Even getting to a board, ranking it, projecting it might jostle things around a little bit. So we're going to take the rookie running backs, throw it back into the bottle, shake it up, and then let's see what jumps out. The Fantasy Football Show, re-ranking, projecting, dynasty show, all the rookie running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends that matter. Not every single one, but the ones that matter. We're doing it right now. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, which is this show right here, and live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. That will be the next show tonight at midnight Eastern. We're here to talk about the rookie players right now. We're here to re-rank. I've had this requested video like every day. People are like, can you redo the rookies? Can you redo the rookies? Let's redo the rookies. We're going to re-rank them and do it kind of in a projection style format. Super chats will be handled in order in which they're received. I'll try and do those in the mix. Any $20 hauler gets immediate attention. The rest of them might get handled sporadically as we go through all of this. Look, this is Jeanty's a boss, man. And Jeanty was getting, I don't know, doubt casted at him left and right after his first preseason game where he had 3 carries and everyone's like, oh my God, he had -1 yard. The Raiders are going to be so bad, Smitty. Look at how bad the Raiders were last year. And only a casual is going to recite Raider data from last year when the team doesn't look anything close to the same. I don't know if you guys know what a haboob is, but a haboob is a dust storm in Arizona. It looks like something straight out of the movies. It's wild. And if you've never seen one before, now I'm born and raised here, so this is very common for me. But this is a haboob. So this was Phoenix. So you can see all the people on top. This is at the airport, the Phoenix International Airport. And that haboob comes in like a movie, and it's a huge, huge storm. And it looks like something you see in the desert, near the pyramids or something, like swinging in. And a haboob is all the trees are down, everything gets annihilated. Today there's no haboob. Today the weather is very nice. Today it's not raining. Maybe the tree limbs are everywhere, but today there's no chance of storm, right? Or at least right now. I don't know, maybe later. Am I talking about the haboob when I go out to run tonight? When I say, oh man, I hope I don't run into the haboob tonight. There's no haboob. It's gone. It's gone. The remnants might be around, but I'm not talking about the haboob. Why are we talking about the Raiders from last year? Raiders offensive line last year was bad. We're talking about now. Jeanty's running behind the new offensive line. Jeanty's running behind an offensive line that now has a quarterback in Geno Smith that can deliver the football competently to Brock Bowers, who now can stretch the field even better. They brought in Dante Thornton, who we love a lot. They brought in Amari Cooper, who's going to keep things a little bit more honest on the defense. Why are we talking about last year? Why are we talking about how the Raiders played and blocked last year with a different scheme, different coach, no quarterback, no ability to stretch the field, no Ashton Jeanty, and we got people running their mouth about, but what if there's a haboob outside? That's gone. It's done. It was yesterday. I don't understand what people are even talking about when they reference the Raiders. This is a different Raiders team. And if you watch Jeanty truck 49er players when he was out there in that last preseason game, you know what kind of Jeanty you're getting. Jeanty's the best running back prospect to come out of college since Barry Sanders. One of the top 3, at least, even if you don't agree with that statement, one of the top 3 running back prospects to ever come out of college. And you're worried about last year's Raiders team that had nothing to show for. Stop talking about yesterday. Stop talking about the storm that hit yesterday. What's the weather like today? What's the weather? It looks like clear skies for Jeanty. And Jeanty's going to walk into something along the lines of, I would say, 5 yards per carry. He averaged 7.0 in college. Let's go to Jeanty's college stats. This is quite a board here. So no one's suggesting he's doing these things at the National Football League level. But no one's suggesting he won't either. He's not going to have these stats, but he could definitely be first in the league in yards after contact. He could definitely be first in the league in forced missed tackles. He could be the most likely to run for 100 yards every game. He didn't rush for a single game under 100 yards last year in college. He was second in the nation in yards per carry, only behind Trey Henderson at 7.1, I believe. This man had 7.0. This man had 49 more forced missed tackles than every running back in the nation. 49 more. He had 152, and second place was hovering around 100. Cam Scatterbo, I think it was. First in FBS in yards, a percentage of teams' yards. Second in FBS in most stacked boxes. So if you want to use the old, everyone's going to stack the box against him, he's used to that. Not to mention they're not going to, because Brock Bowers, Dante Thornton, Mari Cooper, Jacoby Myers, it's a competent offense. No one's saying this is the Cincinnati Bengals passing attack. It doesn't have to be. It needs to be something pretty competent, and it's going to be very competent. It's going to move the football down the field, and this guy alone in the offense will improve everything about it. So when you judge the offensive line, you judge the quarterback play. When the offensive line's tweaked, the defense is tweaked, the coaching staff is new, the coaching up of the offensive line's new, having a competent quarterback to move the football, and then Jeanty alone in that offense makes this is a dumb debate. When we start talking about last year versus this year Raiders, it's just a ridiculous conversation. This monster who had 2,600 yards on the ground, 29 touchdowns, 7.0 yards per carry, and receiving capabilities that he proved the year prior. He was a little busy in 2024 to catch the ball. 1 touchdown, 138. He was a little busy. He's trying to break Barry Sanders' record. 2601 rushing, insane amount of rushing yards in one season. 7.0, insane average for having this amount of carries and that amount of yards. 29 touchdowns. But the year prior in 2023, 569, 43 receptions, and 5 touchdowns. This could be the best receiving back in the league in 2025. As a rookie, he could be. I'm not saying he will be. He could be the best receiving back in the National Football League. I think it'll be Trey Henderson or Gibbs or Achane or Bijan or Jeanty. I think it's a tough call, but this is a guy that's a candidate to be the best receiving back in the National Football League. And from a dynasty perspective, this could be the number 1 overall pick if you wanted. So if we go back over to the board here and we start trying to project what does it look like here, what does Ashton Jeanty's 2025 projections look like? I'm not going to project every player, but I think it's important to project the top guys to kind of set a baseline and to kind of, give a feel of what we expect. How does it really look when we put marker to board or pen to paper? 5.0 yards per carry. You can say that's too high. It's not. This guy trucks everybody he encounters, and he's going to have more yards after contact. That most important stat, or the two most important stats in football, are yards after contact and forced missed tackles. That pretty much can translate whether a running back's going to succeed, whether it's looking at previous data from the last year in the NFL and extrapolating it over. Example, case in point would be we go over to our boy Bucky Irving. We talk about Bucky Irving last year. How good was Bucky last year? Amazing. Will it translate though? Yes, it will, because he was first in the NFL. First in the NFL. Number 1 in the NFL last year in yards after contact. Top 5, number 4 in forced missed tackles. Those are the stats I just talked about. And those translate. You can tell those translate. Those are so predictive as to how good a running back will be when you get enough data. And this guy was running back. He was 41, ranked 41 in percentage snap share at the running back position for his team. He was not even in the top 32 running backs in getting his team's snap share. He was ranked number 41. So to do all of this as a part-time running back, to be number one in yards after contact per attempt, and that's per attempt, but forced missed tackles 4, to be number 10 in red zone targets in the league at a halftime role, to be 10th in rushing yards in the league last year in a part-time role, yards per route run number 6. Some of this data is the most important data. This is the most important data. Forced missed tackles, yards after contact. For running backs, that is the most important data. And Jeanty brings the 5.0 yards per carry. Super chats will be handled in just a second. Let me get through a couple of these, and we'll jump into a few of the super chats, then go back to the projections. Jeanty, 5.0 yards per carry. How many carries is he going to get? We asked, remember we had the phone caller on the other day, and I said he was trying to debate Jeanty versus, other running backs in round 1, and he was worried about the -1 yard on 3 carries. So prior to the last preseason game, and I said, and I'm trying to prove a point, right? I'm like, how many carries? I'm just going to do some simple math. Let's see if you can follow along. How many carries do you think Jeanty gets? And the caller's like, 150. And I'm like, bro, you just 150. What are you talking about? Jeanty's getting bare minimum 300 carries this year. Would you guys agree? Drop a carry total prediction for Jeanty in the chat in LV in 2025 as a rookie. I mean, you could say 270 or something like that if you wanted, but I don't think he's getting under 300 carries. I think he's going to get 300 carries. Even if we'll take an average of what you guys say, and we'll use that. I'll even use the average of everybody dropping 337, 250. Someone says 600, 275, 340, 420, 200. 200. Come on, bearded villain. What is that about? 200. What would make you think Jeanty would get 200 carries, bro? Kevin, I know you're joking. 165. That's almost as bad as the last one. I know he's joking. Okay, 315, 325. Let's use 300 because I think 300 is still higher or lower than the average that people are throwing out. 360, 316, 340, 290. So 300 feels safe, and that's the number I wanted to use anyway. So 300 carries times his 5 yards per carry, which will be 1,500 yards. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate you. So we're gonna say, so 5 yards per carry. That's gonna give him 1,500 yards. So we'll go. Let's rewrite this out. 300 carries. My pen will work. Hopefully, I don't need a new pen. 300 carries for 1,500 yards. That is 5 yards per carry. 5.0. And then touchdowns. This is going to be very, very widespread, different for everybody. I just can't envision this touchdown monster. Again, understand this is college ball. Not trying to say this number translates over, but the capabilities translate over. He's a touchdown technician. 29 touchdowns in one mother flipping season last year. On the ground only, not total. He had 30 total. But look at his, history of touchdowns. 14, 5, so 19 the year prior. So 19 touchdowns the year prior. 30 touchdowns the year after that last year. And I just don't see that there's a chance in hell that this man doesn't have double-digit rushing touchdowns and then 3 or 4 more. I think it would be insane if he didn't have 14 or 15 rushing touchdowns. I just think it would be absolutely one of the biggest mysteries in football, period. There's just no way this offense is running through him. I wouldn't be surprised if he had 17, 1 touchdown on average every single game. Maybe one game he has none, then he has 2. But I feel like that's possible. So I think 14 touchdowns is a very, very conservative but very likely number. So 300, 15, 14, even if we just give him 45 receptions, which I think he's so much more capable of getting more. This is a conservative number. And let's say he, in college, how many yards per catch did he get? Something probably right around 6, 7. Let's just pull it up and see what his actual average was, if I even have the average. I think I do on this right here. 6, 13. So in 2023, had 13 yards per catch. That's not going to happen. 11 the previous year, and then 6.0. So even if we call it like 6.5, 6.5 yards per catch, and then we multiply that by, what do we say, 43? So multiply that, 45, that'll be 290. Let's give him 290. Let's just be fair. 45, I'm not going to try and fudge these or stretch it out. 45, 290. This is what projections do. They make you come up with a number, and then you can't lie to yourself. Like, I want to put 350, but my projection said 290. You know what I'm saying? So that's why projections are really good, because they can level your expectation. You might say he's got 450 yards receiving. You do your projections, and you're like, the math is not mathing here for 500 or 400. So it's really, really good barometer of where you might be off base to 290. Okay, I don't like that. I want him to have more. He could have more, but let's go ahead and say, yeah, 290. And then I think this is going to be 3 touchdowns receiving at least. These are very low numbers. So this is 17 total. 17 total touchdowns. That's crazy. But very doable. 17 total touchdowns. You can't even read that. Let me fix that. 17 TDs total. This right here is like running back 1, 2, or 3. Like, it just depends on what other projections we'd have for like Bijan and Gibbs. But this is running back 1, 2, or 3. In hindsight, people, we should be drafting Ashton Jeanty in the top 5 every single time. He's a running back. He's a running back that scores 15 plus touchdowns. He's a running back that has 40 plus receptions. Good PPR work. He's a running back that's going to get you probably the most consistent game in and game out production every single week without fail. This is one of the very best players in fantasy football as a rookie. And he's the 1.1 if we're re-ranking all the rookies today. Plain and simple, Smitty approved, Jeanty to the moon.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Hi, I'm worried William, and my mommy just warmed me up a hot pocket, and I've never even talked to a hot chick. Hey, I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Jeanty, double fist style, with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Jeanty stats all day, the other is for getting chicks.
So, be like Dom. Be like Dom, draft Ashton Jeanty. He is the 1.1 if we're re-ranking rookies today. 1.2 has to be, for me, it's Hendy. I know some of you have liked and still do like Hampton more than Hendy. No way in hell I'm leaving Hendy on the board. If I'm drafting in a rookie draft right now and Jeanty's gone, I'm taking Hendy too. I don't care if you've got no wide receivers. If you've got the 1 and 2 overall and you're taking Jeanty at 1, you're taking Hendy at 2. You're making a trade. You're not taking a receiver because you need a receiver. You're taking the best player available. That's just how it works. And I think we got a $20 hauler. I want to make sure all the $20 haulers get immediate attention. Frankie with a 20 watt on screen. Frankie to the moon. Frankie doing it live. System's a little slow today.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you, Frankie. Appreciate you. Followed up from yesterday, drafted 3-headed monster, Gibbs, Bucky, and Kyron. Wide receivers are Sutton, Worthy, QB, Nix, tight end, Loveland, bench, Buka. Wow, bench, Buka. Hold on a second about that. Okay, Sutton, Worthy. Buka might be your starter, bro. JCM Mason Pitts. You got some good players. You said trade Sutton Loveland for any running backs recommendations. I mean, Breece Hall's the cheapest elite-like running back out there. That's one. I love Ollie Gordon. You know, if you're doing some sort of crazy, build, Ollie Gordon could be your quiet running flex play like all year long. I love Ollie Gordon. We'll get to Ollie Gordon in a minute. Keon, Pitts, Mason. You got a lot of trade value here, I think. I think you're moving Buka into the wide receiver spot. I think you're potentially, you could consolidate Sutton and Worthy for one better receiver if you wanted, and then maybe bring Buka into the lineup, and then upgrade Worthy and Sutton into, for somebody that has like weak wide receivers but has a good one. You could probably get your hands on an MHJ or higher. I would definitely go higher than MHJ. Some might argue Worthy's better than MHJ, so go for London, BTJ, Lab McConkey. And kind of, I don't know, it's gonna slow down because Worthy's so capable that you can't really go lower than the Lad McConkey range if you're trying to upgrade at wide receiver. But running backs, I love Ollie Gordon if you're going cheap. And honestly, I think Harvey fits the bill for you as well in terms of that value of trying to get a guy that can go in. Thank you for the $20 super chat. This is a fantastic build and fun look. Those three running backs are gonna go crazy. Hendy is going to have a baller year. Hendy is going to rival Jeanty, and I wouldn't be shocked if Hendy was the number one running back. This guy was the nation leading yard per carry running back. I just showed you Jeanty, who had 7.0. He was number 2 in the nation in yards per carry. This guy was number 1. This guy is the definition of ball protector, quarterback protector, end zone striker. This guy knows how to find the end zone. He has a nose for it. Returning kicks, touchdown. Gets a carry house call. Receiving touchdowns, 40 yards, he's going to bring those to the table. This guy's not a small back. Everybody seems to coin him as he can't carry all the workload up the gut, Smitty. He's 208. I think he's playing at about 212, 214 right now. And he's 5'10". He's the ideal build and frame for a workhorse running back. I'm not saying he will be the traditional workhorse running back because he's so good at pass pro and catching the ball, dump off, screens. He's going to be busy doing all kinds of stuff and spreading out his volume. I think this rushing stat line will be very similar in the NFL because his receiving abilities and capabilities are going to bring him and gravitate him toward being the number 1, number 2, or number 3 as a rookie receiving back in the National Football League. So when projecting stats for him, and by the way, this is probably some of the most underrated, most important stats, period. How many fumbles did he have in his entire 4 years of college football? 0. Not fumbles lost, fumbles, 0. He doesn't put the ball on the ground, and he's a scoring end zone technician, and he protects his quarterback better than any running back probably in the National Football League from Jump Street, which is crazy when you think about it, that this guy doesn't put the ball on the ground, is the best pass pro running back in the class, was number 1 in yards per carry in the nation last year, and for whatever reason, he doesn't get talked about quite as much as Jeanty and people like Hampton more and people like sometimes Ted McMillan more. It's so weird to me that this is not being telegraphed. What he's done on the field immediately whenever he touches the ball, it's all being telegraphed. It's like dropping back and going, here it comes. The guy, that hurt my elbow. The guy is throwing this football, telegraphing it, and nobody sees it coming. I mean, some people do. Everybody here knows what's up and knows what time it is, but the whole rest of the world is underrating Trey Henderson. They don't think he might be very good. We know he's going to be maybe a top 4 or 5 running back this year as a rookie. Now, you could say, Smitty, you're pumping up rookies way too much. You always do. Rookies win leagues, but it's not every rookie. It's the right rookie. And your boy's got this on lock right now. in terms of what rookies you should be drafting. Why? Because we've been calling it right all offseason. JCM, Woody Marks. We continue to throw the right rookies at the forefront and ignore Judkins. I'm not saying Caleb Johnson's bad, but he's not the guy you want out of all these other options. This is the guy. We've been first on Henderson, and we've been going the hardest on this topic. Nobody comes close. Nobody. I don't care what anybody says. I can annihilate whatever anybody says in terms of that. We're the number one Henderson provider in the fantasy space. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Others even retweeting that. Right? You know, there was a tweet today by Fantasy Pros that Smitty isn't leaving the draft without Henderson. So like everyone knows that the Henderson train was conducted in our house, and we're the ones out in the field conducting the train. If I had to project for Hendy, I'm going to say that he gets you 1050. 1050, I would say, and 4.7, probably. We'll give him 220. Let's give him 225 carries. Let's go this way. 225 carries on the ground. He's not getting to 300. You know, we might even say 220. Let's go 220 carries. We're going to multiply 220 by 4.7. That is 1034. That looks like a correct number. It just looks right. 1034. This guy's getting you 8 touchdowns on the ground. 220, 1034. That's 4.7 a carry. 1034. Receiving, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin to unbiasedly give you the receiving projections for this monster. Looking at his career stats, let's bring these up from college. You could say, Smitty, how are you going to jump from 27, 19, 27 up to the freaking carry? This guy was splitting carries in college. This is not like he was splitting carries because he was bad or couldn't handle the workload. He was splitting carries because they had Judkins and they just didn't. They want to use both of them. They want to keep them healthy. They wanted to do the often quoted the Detroit Lion Gibbs and Monty type situation. The limitations in his historical receiving stats in college have nothing to do with anything here. I'm telling you, this guy could catch 70 footballs as a rookie. He is the safety net for Drake May. Drake May not only needs him in there every down practically to protect him because he's the best pass pro running back in the draft class, plain and simple. I mean, that's very well known. That's common knowledge. That's not me just running my mouth. He's the best pass pro back in the National Football League, maybe from Jump Street. He really could be. You could just, if you want to be conservative and say still learning the game, Smitty, in the pro level and learning this offense from that perspective, let's call him top 5, whatever. He's top 5. He's so important to Drake May. So he'll be in there in situations where the play is not even necessarily designed to go to Hendy. It's not a design manufactured dump off or screen or whatever. But when Drake May's in trouble, he's going to dump it off to him. He's going to get so many of those unexpected dump offs where the field's being stretched and it's just going to be Hendy wiggle all the way downfield, 40 yards untouched, because this is going to be some unexpected Henderson magic. You know, people say there's Caleb magic. Get around the 10-yard line. This is where that Caleb magic comes out, which drives me nuts. It's just, where does that even come from? There's been no magic. No magic was ever created by Caleb in the NFL. And they act like he brings it to the table. The real magic man is Hendy. House call Hendy. And this guy is going to create so many magical moments and best replays, best plays, you know, replays of the week, angry runs, all that than anybody ever expects. I'm going to say he pulls in 71 receptions as a rook. And let's call this 7 yards per catch because he's so elusive. So 7 times 71 is 497. I'm going to put this at 4. I'm just going to leave it as exactly as I'm projecting it because, again, this is kind of a baseline and a check and balance where you're like, you want to put 550, but the math says 497. I'm going to say that he catches at least 4 to 5 receiving TDs. You might think that's high. I don't care. And that puts this man at a high of 13 total touchdowns on the year. 13 total touchdowns, which is a low projection. These feel like floor numbers, not ceiling numbers, to be honest. I'm not going high on the carry total. I'm not going high on the yardage because I'm giving a modest 4.7 for a man that led the nation in yards per carry and is elusive and proving already that he's the best running back on the field whenever he touches the field. 8 touchdowns and 4 to 5 is very conservative. This right here is a top 5 running back. As a rookie, he's a top 5 running back. Conservative numbers, guy's going to be amazing. These two guys together in Dynasty, we said this is a Dynasty show. These are both top 5 running backs. These are arguably the number 1 and number 2 running backs. I'm not saying Gibbs and Bijan got abducted by aliens and aren't in the league anymore, but these might be the number 1 and number 2 running backs in any given season in the next handful of years. Like, it could be Jeanty, Hendy, Gibbs, Bijan. It could be Bijan, Jeanty, Gibbs, Hendy. I'm not saying that it won't rotate around. I'm just saying from a dynasty perspective, I'm looking at Jeanty and Hendy and I'm saying this could be 1 and 2. Any given year, or if you're looking, starting fresh, 0 mileage, NFL mileage, this could be 1 and 2 if you wanted to rank them that way. So dynasty owners that own both these guys, good Lord. This is going to be a remarkable year for Hendy. Hendy's the 1.2. Hendy is Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby.
House call Hendy. Drop the emoji, please.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
And if anybody needs just reassurance about who conducted the train, just keep in mind that Hendy's been at the center of the HHH and Associates animation the whole entire time. We've been talking about Hendy being quietly, Jeanty's been one all off season, but Hendy is by far and away the second ranked running back on this channel and has been from the rookie perspective, and it's never going to change. We love Harvey, but these guys could go neck and neck for the top rookie running back spot this year. Rookie of the year. It could be either one of these guys. The most valuable player to his team, it's going to be Hendy or it's going to be Jeanty. As rookies, it'll be Hendy or Jeanty. Plain and simple. Next up, this one's so tough. Now, keep in mind that if I rank somebody higher than you're going to want to draft them, you got to understand that and use to your advantage the fact that we got super chats piling up here. I'm going to get to these in a second. Frankie, appreciate your super chat, by the way, earlier, your $20 hauler. And if anybody drops a 20, I'll interrupt everything and attack that. But then I'm going to go over the super chats right after this. We're gonna speed through a majority of this. We're not gonna do projections for everybody, but I'm gonna say right here on this next spot, Hampton's safe. Hampton's the safest play here. Egbuka's the highest upside and could really, really annihilate everybody's remembrance of what they thought about rookies, this specific rookie class, what they think about rookie wide receivers. Hunter, same thing. I think if we were to go RB here and say Hampton's going to get the work, it feels safe. But part of me wants to put Egbuka here. Part of me wants to put Hunter here. Part of me wants to put Harvey here. It's really, really close call. I think, Najee is going to play week 1, it sounds like. this is still going to be, I don't want to say a committee, but it's still going to be something to where you don't know what's going to be coming down the decision, tree in LAC at the goal line. And I still think Hampton's taken over. I haven't changed my tune on that, but there's still going to be a slight bit more of a concern with the LAC situation than I think we will eventually have with the Denver situation. But in Denver, we will have a little bit more of the concern of running back by committee initially. JK is not going to even stay healthy. Not to mention Harvey will outperform him on every level. It will take time. Keep in mind that Chase Brown didn't get going until week number 4. So week 4 is when he exploded. Week 1, week 2, week 3, I look like a buffoon out here going, Chase Brown, nothing in week 1. Week 2, we come into the live stream, Chase Brown, have the faith. Chase, nothing. Week 3, Smitty. I gotta say, this Chase Brown fiasco. And then week 4, never mind, Smitty. Chase Brown is back. He's doing it live. Chase Brown's season is here. Smitty, the Chase Brown thing worked out. It worked out.
Chase Brown. Oh, yeah. Chase Brown. Touchdown. You hear that sound? It's Chase Brown. Chase Brown, 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 Chase Brown.
Honey, what is that awful sound? Ma, that's Chase Brown. Ma, you got my Hot Pocket ready yet? Where are the batteries for my Game Boy?
Chase Brown. Chase Brown.
So, understand that Harvey's season is going to be just electric. But could it follow? Could it? Not will it, but could it follow? I don't think it will, but could it follow that Chase Brown trajectory? Week 1, 2, 3 is lesser than week 4 on. I think Hampton would be the safe call here. And I'm not saying that I don't have I want to put Ibuka here or Hunter. I do. Hampton's probably going to get you, if I had to guess, he's probably going to get, let's call it 250 carries times 4.5 a carry, 1,100 yards, 1,125, probably 10 touchdowns on the ground. He's probably going to get you somewhere along the lines of 35 to 40 receptions, and at let's call that 6 a catch. So we'll go right in the middle, 37. This is like 200 yards. So like 200 yards, and then probably like two or three TDs receiving. This is going to be a really good season. It's going to be something under 15 or right around 1,500 total yards. Something right around 12 to 13 total touchdowns. It's a nice, let's real quickly. Let's just see. This is why we're doing projections. This is for Hampton. The projections might have me put Ibuka above him. Might have me put Travis Hunter above him. Let's go with the Ibuka real quickly. So Ibuka, before we put the ranking down, how many receptions is Ibuka going to get? I mean, realistically, how many receptions will Ibuka get? I'm kind of feeling like there's no way he gets under 100. Because he's the number 2 receiver, quite arguably might be leaned upon as the number 1 wide receiver because Evans is getting older, and I'm not saying he's going to get hurt for sure, but I mean, there is a world, mark this down, clip this. I believe there's going to be a game where we have the 2 rookie wide receivers, Tez and our boy Ibuka, as the starting wide receivers, and Evans and Godwin are both out of the game. I mean, Godwin's going to obviously start out on the PUP and not be in there for the first 4 games. Or he's not starting on the PUP, but I mean, he's technically speaking, they're not going to put him on the PUP, but I believe he's still going to potentially miss the first 4 games. Even if he came back a little bit for the 4th game, a lot of it's about practice and stuff. They want him there for the practices, but he won't start off in PUP. That was decided. But I think there's, again, clip this. There'll be a game or two or multiple games where Ibuka and Tez are the ones out there. That there'll be an injury or some lingering, whatever. This is going to be 100 reception season for Buka. I'm going to give him 101. That's crazy, but I believe it to be the case. What, 101? How many yards per catch will Ibuka get? Let's go real quickly to let's go Brian Thomas Jr. Let's see what was his average per catch last year. Brian Thomas Jr. His average per catch was 14.7. What was Malik Neighbors' average per catch? Malik Neighbors' average yards per catch last year was 11. It's low. It's low work. I'm gonna say 14. 14 makes sense. Let's just go with 14. We don't have to do 14.7. Let's go 14. 14 times 101 is 14.14. That has a nice ring to it. 14.14. 14 yards per catch. That's crazy. That's crazy. But again, these are my projections. Projections sometimes make you go, damn, I thought he'd have more yards than that. I wanted him to have 450 receiving yards as a running back, but I'm only projecting him for 295. Because projections are a kind of a reality check, but they can go in the other direction. You know, we're thinking Ibuka, receiver number 2 on the team, technically. You can't have 101 and 14-14. That's too high. It's too high. It's too high. Let's dumb these down. Let's go. I'm not dumbing down the 100. What yard per catch is he gonna have to have for this to be like 1295? 1295. I said I wouldn't do this to my projections though. I said I'd let my projections stand. Divided by 100 is 12.95. Okay, so 12 yards per catch roughly. 1295. Does that seem more like in the reality of the world we live in? 1295, 100. I think he gets that. I think he gets that. I truly believe he gets that. And let's give him 11 to 12 touchdowns. So that is 100 fantasy points in PPR. That is 129.5 points in receptions. And that is 66. So 295. So he scores 295 fantasy points. I like this number. I'm sticking to this number. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe my initial projections were high, but 11 touchdowns, 1295 and 100 receptions in an offense that's going to feed the hell out of him. He's going to be unlike any rookie receiver we've seen because he's going to be a machine. He's going to be on auto mode. No, Holden says he's not getting double-digit touchdowns, I promise you. Okay. Well, pardon me if I don't take your word for it. Okay, so 295 is the total that we're going to give him. 295. What do we say with Hampton? So Hampton's going to get us, we said 13 total touchdowns times 6 is 78. Plus, we'll go 35 receptions for 35 points, 20 for the yardage, 112.5, 245. Hampton 245.5 points versus 295. That means Buka is the number 3. That's crazy. Buka, the number 3. Geez. Why am I not putting the graphic on screen? The whole Hendy thing, I didn't even have Hendy's graphic on here. I apologize. So Buka, where are you at? Where's my Buka graphic? So Buka is going to get the nod as the number 3 rookie. Look, again, remember what I said at the onset of this, though. This is not how you should necessarily draft it. This is my projections. Buka is going to be my number 3. Now, let's see if Travis Hunter knocks him off, though, because this is why projections are fun. And Hampton we'll put Hampton at 4 for now. Maybe Hunter drops him off. Maybe Hunter jumps to number 3. This is why projections are fun. Let's go get our boy Hunter and let's rank him now. Buka, appreciate your services. Hunter, I think, brings in something along the lines of what do we say he get? So let's say he gets 1. Let's say he gets 2 quick slants a game, 1.5 deeper receptions per game, and he's going to catch at least 2 footballs like right at the line of scrimmage per game. You're talking about a bare minimum 5.5 receptions per game times 17 is 93. Let's give him 90 receptions. Let's dumb that down. 85 receptions, because I know there are a lot of people that have a problem with those numbers, but those make sense. How many times are you going to manufacture 2 right at the line of scrimmage tosses? Now, maybe he steps back and it counts as a run, and so it's not 5.5, it's 5. But 85 receptions, 85 divided by 17, and maybe misses 1 game or something anyway, but 5 catches a game. It's easy for a guy that's going to have manufactured plays, multiple per game, on top of a natural connection with T-Law downfield. So let's just put 85 yards per catch. He's going to be sometimes catching those short routes, sometimes long. I think he definitely could be in the neighbors category of like 12 yards per catch, just because of the nature of how he's going to get the football and some of those quick slants and those catches and from a wide back perspective. So even if it was like 11.5 yards per catch times 85, that would be 977. I mean, let's see here. What would 1,000 even put him at? 1,000 even divided by 85. So 11.76. Okay, so 11.76 yards per catch. 1,000 even. And I'm going to say 7 receiving TDs. He's going to have an additional 20 rushing yards per game minimum times 17. 340, that's too much. Let's give him 200. 200 rushing yards per game. Or per year. 200 rushing yards per year would put him at, divided by 17. 200 divided by 17 is 11. So he's getting 11 yards rushing per game. He's probably getting 20. But let's just put him at 200, maybe even 250 yards on the season rushing the ball. I'm going to give him 2 to 3 rushing TDs. That will put him at, we'll call it 9 to 10. I'm going to say 10. 10, we'll give him a ceiling here. 3 TDs rushing, 7 touchdowns receiving. And if your league accounts for a pick 6, I think he has 1 or 2 of those this year. So that is 10 touchdowns. That is 60 points in touchdowns, plus 25 in receiving yards, plus 100 points in rushing yards, plus 85 receptions would be 270. 270 points over What did we say? What did I say? Buka was 290 something, and then Hampton was what? What was Hampton's? Does anybody remember? I'm about to run it back. Let me see if I can find it. Hampton, I said, was going to get the replay. $295 for Buka. What was Hampton's? Does anybody have the number for Hampton? So 270 for Hunter. Hampton was 200 plus. What was it? Damn it, for Hampton. It's 13 touchdowns times 6 plus 20 plus 112.5 plus 35, 245. So Hunter's better than Hampton. According to my projections, Jeanty 1, Hendy 2, Buka 3, Hunter 4, Hampton 5. I love this comment. I'm going to get to the super chats in 1 minute, guys. Thank you so much. Smitty acting like Ted McMillan doesn't exist. You're acting like Ted McMillan is better than these guys on the screen. That's who you're acting like. You're acting like a guy that owns Ted McMillan in 4 leagues, and you decided to pick Ted McMillan over Buka, Hunter, Hampton, Hendy, especially Hendy, and you look like you're upset about it. That's what you look like. 1.6. Is it Harvey? Let's see what Harvey does. Harvey's probably getting you. Jeez, man. We're gonna speed through this now so we can get onto the super chats and the phone calls. He's gonna rush for 1,000 yards. .6 yards per carry would give him about 217 carries. He's going to have seven TDs on the ground. Going to catch bare minimum of 60 receptions, but this could be a 70 reception player. Let's give him 65 receptions. He should catch 70 plus. He really should. Let's give him 420 receiving yards, and let's give him 2 to 3 receiving TDs. So that would be roughly 10 scores on the year. 1,000 yards, 420. What is this projection? So 60 for the touchdowns, 65 for the PPR, 42 for the receiving yards, 100, 267. Poor Hampton. We like Hampton. He's one of the HHH and Associates. We love Hampton, but
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
I mean, these rookies are just amazing. This is not a knock on Hampton. Hampton's having a great year. We just projected it, but this is going to be crazy. What a eclectic group of rookies right here. You got multiple picks in your like. Let's say you haven't done your rookie draft yet, or you just have. I mean, this is unbelievable. Jeanty, Hendy, Buka, Hunter, Harvey, Hampton. What a group. Look, Harvey's gonna outscore Hampton if he gets going on his horse by week 2 or 3 or 4. There's just no way that Hampton's gonna hang with him when Harvey catches 65 plus receptions. No matter what you want whatever story you want to twist about. And look, Buka and Hunter are interchangeable. So don't get your panties in a bunch over Hunter, Buka, Hunter. But there's no way Hampton can hang with Harvey if Harvey's on his horse by week 2, 3, or 4 because of the amount of receptions that Harvey's pulling in. Yeah, I'm going to go through Super Chats right now. Let's just real quickly continue this rank and just say, next up, I know most of you want Tet McMillan to be the next guy. Let's see if he is. Tet. Probably going to be Tet here. I know you guys have been itching to have him ranked there. Some of you that own him anyway. 1.8. This is where I might mother freaking tip the whole space upside down. $1.8 Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon might be so good that he's interchangeable here and moves above. You Ted owners are so mad. Stop with it, Smitty. Ted's got to be there. This guy's going to be so good. Gordon's scoring 10 touchdowns this year. Gordon's going to score 10 touchdowns this year. Maybe he only has 900 rushing or whatever. Who knows what he gets. And this is not a knock on Achane or a diminishing of Achane's stats at all, because Mostert and Achane thrived together. Miami Mike's job is on the line. He needs to get back. He needs to get back to the grind. And Ollie Gordon is going to take him to the promised land and give him that 10 TDs. A number 8. Let's get to these super chats, and then we'll keep hammering through all of this. Ollie Gordon to the mother freaking moon. Where's my Ollie Gordon graphic? I'm gonna put Ollie up on the screen. Ollie Gordon to the mother freaking moon. All right, there you go. All right, top 8 have been projected. We'll do more in a little bit. Let's hammer out these super chats in order in which to receive. $20 haulers will get immediate attention. Do I have any 20s? I do. I have Kirkwood with a $20 hauler. Kirkwood, appreciate you. I've got, I think all the 20s are on screen or at least looked at. This is a 20.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat.
I'm like astounded, says Connor. Connor, why? Is this your first time here? Wide receiver heavy league. Chase, Jeanty, Bowers, Wilson, Hendy, Hunter, Ibuka, Nix, little Bill. Bill's also, where's Bill rank on this? Gordon, love the Gordon pick. I'll have some tools to work with. Yes, you do. You definitely do. And the fact that you got Jeanty, Jamar Chase, Bowers, like you could dominate every position right there. Garrett Wilson, Hendy, Hunter. I love this team. There's not much you can trade yet. Let Ollie Gordon gain some value. Let Bill gain some value. Freaking, 8.0 minimum on that team, my boy. You did really, really well. Second QB, 2 QB need advice starting in a super flex 10 man. In a 10 man, you can get away with a lot more, but I still take the approach of you grab Mahomes or higher in round 1. If you don't get Mahomes or higher, then you could maybe go Gibbs or Bijan and then get Nix in round 2. But Mahomes or higher, get back to normal non-QB drafting in rounds 2, 3, 4. Probably even a 10-man, you could go to 5. Get Penix Jr. as your QB2 and win your league. Cam Ward if he's not there. So that's the way I would approach that, and that would help guide you and take you to the promised land, young man. Running back needy, sent Pickens and a mid first for Hendy overpay. No, and you're not going to get that. It's a real cute idea, Navage, but you're not going to get Hendy for a mid first and Pickens. If you do, please let us know. That would be amazing. I'd love to know that's a possibility in this world. Redraft 1 keeper, Malik 5th round or Bucky in the 8th round. Bucky in the 8th round. I mean, they're both first round talent in my opinion, and you're getting that extra 5th round pick to accompany Bucky That's a big difference to have that extra pick. Samson in the 26th first for Kittle in Dynasty. If you can compete and win, I'm fine with this, but I think it's an overpay. A first rounder for a guy that, and I think Kittle's amazing. And again, if it's like a big money league, then it makes sense to like do it, and win a big amount of cash. And Kittle's going to probably have a good year. The whole wide receiver room is banged up, but that is a tough call, my boy. That is a really, really tough call. I would say you're probably overpaying. You better win a bunch of money. Are you thinking Buka outscores Ted McMillan? Well, 42069, you just saw me projected, so yes, sir. Yeah, buddy. I know that doesn't make a lot of Ted McMillan fans happy. Ray Davis or Ollie Gordon? I think you know my answer. I think you know my answer. Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is a league mother-freaking winner. Bigsby Stevenson or Krosky Merritt in the 10th round. You got to go Krosky Merritt. Bill's the man, the myth, the legend. There's risk involved. Don't take him too early, but 10th round's perfect. Smitty, what's up? Any advice for drafting a 14-teamer? Yeah, make sure you're grabbing running backs early. I think balance is always the way to go if it makes sense, but you got to make sure you have at least one running back in the first 2 rounds. That will technically be best player available every time. And, the rookies will be your saving grace later. Like if you got to go light wide receiver shopping and you got Buka and Debo, let's say, that Buka is going to help you out. Hunter, that'll help you out a ton. So the rookies will be saving graces later. You think Amari Cooper becomes viable now? I don't know if I'd say viable. I think he's solid, but not. I don't think he's somebody I'm starting on a weekly basis, even as a wide receiver 4. But keeper league, I got BTJ, JSN, Bucky, Kyren, Kittle, Hurts, Pickens, and Golden. Thoughts? I think that's that's solid. Yeah, that's really solid. Kyren, Bucky, BTJ, yeah, Hurts, Pickens, really solid. Really solid. Love it. I'd say that's beyond solid. You're fine. I'd say without looking at the rosters, you've got to have a top 5 team just by looking at that. I don't know what your depth looks like. Just traded Adams for Rice. That's a fantastic move. Nice job, my boy. Thoughts on May? Thoughts on May plus Debo for Buka, and I have Nick's thoughts on May plus Debo. Yeah, I'd take Buka. That's an easy light work decision. Nice work. 1 QB keeper, BTJ round 8, Ladd round 9, Chase Brown 11, and Jay Daniels 12. In a 1 QB, as much as I want to pick Jaden Daniels, you're going to go probably here Chase Brown 11 or BTJ 8. I'd probably go BTJ 8 because of the longevity of it. I like Chase Brown 11 more, but from the longevity factor, getting that wide receiver for like 10 years, I like it. And if it's a limited keeper, then I go Chase Brown. Keeper league, I got BTJ, Kyren, Pickens, Golden. Oh, I already did that one. That's fantastic. What a team you got there. What a team you got there. You skipped my super chat. I have not. I'm still going through it. I still am going through it all, my boy. So I didn't skip anything. There's a lot of super chats piling up here. Here's your super chat right here. Your original super chat. $5 hauler. Would you do St. Brown and Kittle and Worthy? Would you do St. Brown for Kittle and Worthy if your wide receivers are Evans, Terry, and your tight ends Ingram? Kittle and Worthy for St. Brown. Probably still think it's you deserve to get more for Kittle and Worthy. I think you could get a little more because Worthy's still St. Brown over Worthy by a lot, but Kittle's a big piece to give somebody. I'd almost say you need just a tad more, but it's a solid attempt to work with what you got and make sure you're pushing the value around and spreading it out across the roster so you can score the most amount of points each week. I'm not opposed to that trade. If you got to do that, but that seems like an overpay. You could get a little more for Kittle. Dynasty trade JCM and Sampson for Chase Brown and Ollie. Give me Chase Brown and Ollie all day long. It's not even close, bro. Look, we love JCM, but JCM and Sampson for Chase Brown, you're getting Ollie as well. That's gonna get vetoed. That's so crazy. Kyler or T Law in Dynasty. Probably Kyler, but honestly, I'm hoping that T Law changes my mind on that. All right, I think these are all currently, as of this moment, in order in which you received. Dynasty Superflex, Mahomes, Stroud. Is it realistic to think that JCM, Woody, Marks, and Sampson outscore Stroud on a regular basis in Superflex. Your every Superflex scoring is a little different, but I think, you know, Stroud probably outscores those guys. JCM's got the best shot. You don't even know what Marks is yet. Marks is a very solid prospect, but he's not a lock by any means, bro. Drafted, I love him though. Drafted 14 running backs are drafted 14 running backs. Mahomes in the 12-teamer. CMC, Chase Brown, Breece Hall, Swift, Sharps, Mason, Bigsby, Tootin, Braylon Allen. You do have a lot of running backs. Drop 4. Rico Dowdle, I'm dropping. Roshan, I'm dropping. I don't know how you drop these other running backs, though. So you probably got to drop Tucker, even though I love him. Tucker, Dowdle, Roshan, and probably Ray Davis for right now. But, I mean, you monitor the hell out of Ray Davis. You definitely... Nice avatar, by the way. You monitor the hell out of Ray Davis because he could win a league if he gets in there. But that's unfortunately your decision you've got to make. But that's what I would do. Lineup, JD5, Jamar, MHJ, Bucky, Chase Brown, Kelsey, Hall, Metcalf, Diggs, Bigsby. Love the team. Any advice? Golden and Judkins, Ollie. Nice job. You got to go get Ollie off waivers and probably JCM. Who do you drop? Jeez, I would definitely drop Diggs over Gordon for sure. I don't think if you can't make any other drops, I mean, ETN for JCM probably, I would say. Yeah, that's what I would do. But make sure you get Ollie Gordon, make him the priority because he's a mother flipping league winner, bro. You rock. I have Chase Brown, Amarian Hampton, Pacheco, Mason, trying to figure out if I should keep Blue, Bigsby, Braylon Allen, or pick up Gordon. You need to pick up Gordon. Everybody listen to me. Please listen to me. You have to pick up Ollie Gordon. We don't want to be here where you're coming into the live stream going, Smitty, how much fab should I drop on Ollie Gordon? He's the number one pickup, him and Krosky Merritt on the preemptive week 1 waiver wire board. I can't create these enough. I can't create this content enough. I can't speak on it enough. I still have people saying, should I pick up Ollie Gordon? You got to pick up Ollie Gordon. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. This is going to be the player that everybody races to grab in leagues that are so out of touch that he's sitting out there when week 1 starts and all the players get locked down. You got to get him. You got to do it live. Who do you drop? Blue, Bigsby, see Brown, Hampton, Pacheco, Mason. Trying to figure out if I should keep Blue, Bigsby, Allen, or pick up Gordon. So probably you're dropping. I don't know what Braylon Allen's going to do. He's either going to be really good in the starter and they trade away Breece Hall, or he's going to be a complete disappointment and letdown like he was last year. I like him. He's a big guy. He's got lots of upside. But last year he was like, he's a monster, but he ran like he was $150. You know, he was not explosive last year. He looks good now. Put him in a game. Could be different. I think Blue right now, given that Blue is not the starter, he's probably the most safe player to let go and monitor. But it could go either way. But you have to go get Ollie Gordon over him for sure. Ollie Gordon's better than all of them. So 5 bench spots and 1 is Gordon to cuff Achane as a keeper. Would you only have 1 tight end and 1 QB on the roster and only running backs, wide receivers on the bench? It depends on what the quarterback pool looks like on free agency, because you can't leave yourself with no quarterback. If an injury strikes, you're done. You know, or if on bye weeks, what are you going to do? So if it looks plentiful, if you always have a Milrow available, or Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, and Milrow's going to be starting at some point. Like, if you always have something cooking. But if like even Milrow's taken, you can't even preemptively pick that. Or Aaron Rodgers isn't there, you got no Stafford, you got no nothing. Then you better make sure you have a damn quarterback backing up your starter, because you're going to be held to the wolves, feet to the fire when trade time comes and you need to trade for a quarterback to still compete. 10-man PPR: JJ McCarthy, Gibbs, Bucky, Jacobs, Evans, Hunter, Rashee Rice, McBride bench. I love Sharps, Braylon Allen. Love the team. I'd say in a 10-man, I can't give it an 8, but I'd say it's got a good potential for sure to be. Well, actually, I will. With McBride there, I'd say that's 7.999. Let's give you a little motivation to try and get that quarterback upgraded. Maybe you love McCarthy, and I get it, but maybe Braylon Allen gains some momentum. What if Breece Hall, some more negative stuff comes out on Breece Hall before kickoff? You might be able to trade Braylon Allen and upgrade. You might be able to get rid of, let's say, yeah, I'll give you an 8.0. Gibbs, Bucky, Jacobs, Evans, Hunter, Rashee Rice. It's McBride. It's a phenomenal team, bro. Let's try and move Jacobs for a quarterback, honestly. Let's try and go get one of the top 5 QBs using Jacobs. If not, wait it out. If Jacobs has a good week 1, and he certainly could, you might be able to buy low on one of the quarterbacks that has a bad week 1. Kyler, that's my plan for you. Wait, but explore quarterbacks now for Jacobs, and then if not, you wait and strike later. Kyler, Jettas, A.J. Brown, Cook, Hall, Kincaid, Pacheco, Aubrey, Olave, Jaden Reed, Javonte Williams, Kyler, A.J. Brown, Cook. I like the team. The running backs are not concerning. They're just not as good as the receivers, obviously, but I don't know that there's much to maneuver out of right now. Your bench doesn't have very much value in terms of trade. Cook, I want to get rid of. Hall, I don't mind. A.J. Brown, I'm worried about his knees. I'm worried about injury. He's been banged up already this offseason. Cook is somebody that I would just love to sell before there's drop-off and recidivism. I would probably say Cook for a Harvey and something. Cook for Hendy straight up would be a marvelous move, which you probably can't pull off if the person owns Hendy. They love him. Hampton, maybe the news about Najee would allow you to go trade Cook into Hampton and something. Kyron Williams and something, or just Kyron Williams straight up for Cook, or even if you had to give up a little bit to get Kyron. Probably what I'm doing with Cook, to be honest with you, bro. And if you could do a A.J. Brown and Cook for Kyron and something, or for Harvey and something, or for Hampton and something, or for Hendy and something, maybe a 2-for-2 with that owner makes the most sense. And then you can kind of quietly upgrade the other position because they don't know better. Sup, Smitty, just drafted a 14 team. How did I do? Penix, Lamb, BTJ, Buka, love it. Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, love it, bro. Any moves to make? Honestly, in a 14 teamer, that's sick. And I'm going to say I don't want to move a thing. You got all the running backs I want. You got Gordon in the wings. Receivers are lit and exactly what I want them to be. Penix Jr. is underrated exactly as you need him to be in a 14-teamer. I'm going to say 8.5. Don't touch it. Let it ride and come out of week number 1, and we'll see what's what. Got Jeanty, Bucky, Hendy, Hampton, Worthy, Pickens, Buka, Pearsall. Would you trade Worthy and Hampton for Neighbors or CD? I would do it for CD. I don't think I would trade Worthy and Hampton for Neighbors just because maybe I would. Worthy and Hampton for Neighbors. Yeah, you know what? For either one. I'd take the gamble in your shoes with that amount of depth that you have. But CD Lamb is a whole safer avenue. And if you don't do that, trading Hampton and even Pickens and Hampton. Let's see, keep Pickens. Yeah, I like that. Do that move. That would be great. Either one of those would be phenomenal, bro. Nice job. Putting together a trade for Hendy. I have Harvey, JMO, and Debo to work with. Harvey, JMO. Would I give up Harvey and JMO for Hendy? Bro, Harvey's going to ball out, and JMO's going to be great too. If I could do JMO and Debo for him, I would. Would I do Debo and Harvey for Hendy? Probably, but I'd rather go in a different direction, Joe. But if push came to shove, give me the Hendy value, sure. That's all you have to work with. I can't really give you much more advice, but I would definitely take Hendy for that. But it's risky because Harvey's gonna ball out, bro. There's definitely a world where Harvey's a top 10 running back for sure. Wide receiver, one wide receiver spot, and one flex spot. PPR. Who would I start in week 1? Scary Terry, Buka, Chuba, Probably Chuba and Buka with Scary Terry maybe being a little rusty in week 1. You know, I'm not scared to use him in most scenarios, but certainly in that context, you got so much better option, you know, safer options. Got Henry, Hubbard, and Brown. Who would you prioritize late? Got Charbonnet and Bucky as of right now. Any trade targets? Got Henry, Hubbard, and Brown. Who would I prioritize late in a draft? So I'd say, you know, Ollie Gordon's my favorite drafted player right now. I'm overdrafting him like crazy. I think, you know, Thornton's becoming a very, very solid late pick. I think Tootin and Bigsby become a priority for me. If I go, especially in best ball, and I'm going bully quarterback, my bully quarterback approach is Penix Jr. and Kyle Pitts is my number 1 tight end late. So Pitts is a late tight end grab. You're not risking anything with that value. It's literally free. Charbonnet, I love. I've got Charbonnet and Bigsby as of right now. So you got Bigsby already. Tootin would be a good target for you, for sure. But Ollie Gordon is my number 1 recommend for people when you get into that double-digit round range. Rashard Smith worth a last pick in my draft? Yes, he is. I already have Samson, Tootin, Ollie Gordon. Definitely. Rashard Smith is a home run hitter. Home run. League winner. If he gets into that KC lineup, it's going to be massive scoring. Thanks, Smitty. 14 team. League winning. Mark my words. League winning. If Rashard Smith becomes a starter in KC, it's league winning. Ollie Gordon's league winning. Rashard Smith is league winning. All these guys that you got on this board, Rashard Smith is a monster. An absolute straight up savage. Ollie Gordon is a moon man extraordinaire.
The moon men dropping loads in outer space.
Thanks, Smitty. 14 teamer. May, Hendy, Monty, Neighbors, Nico, Hunter, McBride. Bench, not a ton that you can move or anything, so you'd have to move lineup pieces. 14 teamer, May, Hendy, Monty, Neighbors, Nico. I kind of just like what you got right now. I don't know that I'm moving much because would I move Monty? Yeah, but like, what are you going to get? You know, what are you going to pair with Monty? Nothing below is going to get it done. You got to wait on that value. I would say you're probably just letting this ride. And I love Neighbors, Hendy, Nico, Hunter, McBride, and May's pretty damn good. Let this go into the year. The only thing I try and do is make sure Ollie Gordon isn't out there. Monty, honestly, go see what the Ollie Gordon owner has. Maybe you could get 2 pieces, Ollie and something for Monty, and that might sound reckless and crazy now, but it won't later. It won't later. They're in the same boat. Ollie Gordon and Monty are in the same role. One is probably going to outscore the other, and that's probably going to be Gordon. I'm not saying do it straight up because you don't have to, but that's, you know, everyone's saying, oh, it's crazy to trade Monty for Gordon. No, it's not. They're in the same role. 3 keeper, 10-man, 2 QB, Superflex, Nick Stroud, Puka, Nico, Terry, Hunter. Running backs, Bucky, Hall, JCM, Benson. 10-teamer, 2 QBs. I don't love Stroud. I love Knicks. But Stroud's not a bad second quarterback. I just don't love him. Puka, Nico, Terry, Hunter. Yeah, I like this team a lot. I love the receivers. I love what I maybe try and move JCM and Stroud to get that better quarterback. Slight quarterback upgrade, no doubt about it. Would I maybe move JCM and let's say Scary Terry for just a slight wide receiver upgrade? I'd probably look to do that. Past that, I'm kind of standing down because it's a pretty damn good team with a lot of value. Are you fading Lamar for Allen? No, I wouldn't say I'm fading Lamar for Allen. The foot, you know, I'm a little concerned about the foot, but I'm drafting Allen over Lamar anyway, so it's not like I'm fading him. It's just Lamar's going to rank right around 4 or 5, you know, whatever. You shipped mine's door the second. I don't know, second day. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. You skipped my super chat. No, I did not, kind sir. I'm just still going through them all. Appreciate you. I might have already addressed your super chat even. Thank you for that extra super chat though, asking about it. 2 QB Kyler and Marv for Buka and Hurts. Kyler and Marv for Buka and Hurts. Give me Buka and Hurts by a country mile, bro. By a country mile. It's not even close. Not even close at all. 12 team. Actually, hold on. Rockouts. 12 team. QB Bo Nix, Penix Jr. Great. Running backs Jeanty, Hampton, ETN, JCM, Harvey. Love it. Put Harvey in the proper order there. Rockout. London, JSN, Hunter. Mims, Downs, Jake. Love it. Rockout, you know what you're doing there. That's a great build. Honestly, not even anything I would move. Let that team ride straight into the promised land. $20 haulers will jump the line. Owen, appreciate your $20 hauler. Owen, I'm sorry if it took me so long to see that this is a $20 hauler sitting there. Owen to the moon. Owen, appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Let me see if I have any other 20s to put on screen. Owen, thank you so much, my boy. I got you right here. See, we have any other 20s? This is officially with the $20 hauler. He moves straight to the front of the line. And yeah, so there we at. Official, thank you for that. My man. Owen, your super chat, your 20 was first, then over to officially. Owen says 12-man PPR, JD5, Hendy, Bucky, Puka, Rice, Kraft, Flowers, bench is Blue, Horton, Mims, Ricky. Okay. I want Flowers off my team. Do you have any trade ideas? Okay, let's send him out. Let's send him out of here. I would probably say I love Bucky, Hendy, JD5. Puka's fantastic considering all this. He's got risk, but I mean, this is a great team, bro. Puka, Rice, Kraft, Flowers, and maybe Pretty Ricky could get you one player, bro. Flowers for Ollie Gordon and something. But be careful on that offer because you can get more. I'm just saying go that direction. I'm telling you, Ollie Gordon's getting more valuable than Flowers, but you can get Ollie Gordon and more. But you also don't want to offer that straight up. You go to him and say, hey, I need a running back. What do you got? And make him say, I've got this guy, so that he's saying that Ollie Gordon's not even top of mind, right? He's not one of my best running backs because I just gave you 3 or 4 other ones. And then you go, well, what do you want for so-and-so? I got an extra receiver, but if I gave you Flowers, like what? Obviously, I'm not doing that straight up. What else would you give me? And go that route. That's how I'd probably do that. Pretty Ricky with Flowers together could probably get you a pretty solid, wide receiver back. You could get, I would imagine, with Pretty Ricky, and you could get MHJ. You could even maybe get a Breece Hall if you wanted type of player. I don't think you get Kyron, but maybe if you threw in more. What about mixing Pretty Ricky and Flowers for Kyron? Something like that. Owen, appreciate you. And other players that come to mind, I would say JSN, type of player. Travis Hunter, Harvey, those guys. Hunter and Harvey are so doubted. And you might have one of those guys, but I'm just throwing out names. Appreciate you with the 20, bro. Ollie Gordon, go look into what you could get with him for Flowers. 12-man league, 11th pick. How did I do, and what changes would you do? Dak, Bucky, Jeanty, MHJ, Rice, Kyle Pitts, Hendy. Wow. Buka on the bench, man. I would use something like, Bucky, Jeanty, and Hendy have to be starting. And then Rice will be maybe out for the first 3-4 games if they do agree ahead of time. And if not, he plays the first 4 games and then he's out week 5, 6, 7 or whatever. So you're going to need this potential, Buka bench value anyway. So I don't know that you need to trade it. Hendy, Gordon, Drake, May, Penix, Garrett Wilson. Why is Garrett Wilson like at the very end here? Like, I mean, looking at it, you have Garrett Wilson and he's just sitting there at the end. Are you sure? Like, why are we listing him like that? We got a $100 hauler in the building. We got a $200 hauler and a $100 hauler back to back. Sean and Gary with the bunk beds. Sean and Gary with the $100 bunk beds. What are we doing?
Smitty. Everybody's pretty. $100+ I don't even know why we're getting dirty.
Boys. Can't thank you enough. And the highest super chatter of the evening is going to get a spot in the Wild Wild West League. And we gave away a spot yesterday in the Wild Wild West League. And what the Wild Wild West League is going to be, it's going to be the only Superflex main follower subscriber league of the channel. And we're not, every year it's going to reset and new people will come in. But yesterday we gave away a spot. The highest super chatter today will get a spot in the Wild Wild West League. And right now that's Gary. Gary's going to get that spot. You know what? I'll give it to the two highest super chatters. So Sean and Gary are both locked in right now, at least. And stay tuned. And I want you guys I need to, email me after. But the Wild Wild West League is going to be a draft that we redraft. Or I'm sorry, we don't redraft. We draft after week 1. So because it was Wild Wild West, it's wild. We're going to let week 1 play out without being involved in drafting players yet. We're going to start our draft, probably do it on a Tuesday or Wednesday live stream, maybe graveyard. So make sure you can be around for a graveyard show. We'll do it live on the graveyard show on like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday, because we'd have to have the Thursday game. And we're going to draft. So Tuesday, make sure you're available Tuesday or Thursday of going into week 2 at graveyard time, midnight Eastern. We will draft on the midnight show on Tuesday or Thursday, or Tuesday or Wednesday for the Wild Wild West League after week 1. And it's going to be super flex. So that way we get to see what happens. We get to draft over again in our minds instead of watching week 1 and going, man, I wish I would have done that. We're going to draft in week number 2, heading into week number 2. So Gary and Sean so far are the leaders. You never sent me the link. Yeah, Gary, I will. Oh, Gary's already in. Gary's the other one that already dropped it. Okay. Gary, I'm going to send it to you. I'm sorry. I've been so slammed. I got your email. So Gary's already in. Sean is got the other spot that we're giving away today then. And if somebody trumps, this super chat, I'll give away 2 spots, whatever. But right now, Sean's got the other spot unlocked. Gary, I'll get with you, bro. Appreciate you. But I made a trade, Nico for Trey Henderson and Rashee Rice. I like that trade, bro. I would take Henderson and Rice over Nico all day long. My team was Hurts, Mason, Devon Chan, Collins, Worthy, T-Mac, and Olave. Now puts Henderson and Rice. What do I think? I think you smashed that trade. I would have taken that every day, all day.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Thank you, Gary. Gary with a $200 super chat. Gary, I'll send you that email tonight, okay? Officially, I wanted to get this super chat, then I'm going over to this $100 12-man league, 11 pick. How did I do and what changes should you make? Dak, Bucky, Jeanty, MHJ, Rice. Oh, I already answered this one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Great team. Garrett Wilson. I guess I didn't finish. Garrett Wilson, I mean, bro, maybe you're trading Garrett Wilson and MHJ for one bigger monster. Garrett Wilson and God, man, maybe you go get McBride or Bowers using Kyle Pitts and Garrett Wilson. Those would probably be the ways that I go. Or Garrett Wilson for a quarterback upgrade. I would do that. Who was your quarterback? Was it Dak? So I like Dak, but I would use Garrett Wilson or MHJ to go get a quarterback upgrade. You got too much talent on the bench, bro. That is crazy. Hey, Smitty, 10-man PPR, rate my team, Allen, Barkley, Bucky. So Barkley, Bucky, Josh Allen's crazy. Adams, Higgins, very good. RJ Harvey, Cross, Scheme, Rashee Rice. Love the team, bro. Love the motherfucking team. Moves that I would make with this team, I don't know. RJ Harvey, what a great starter. What a great third running back to have, a flex option to have. Devontae Adams and Higgins, could you upgrade those guys? Maybe, but at what cost? I mean, you're going to need those guys for Rashee Rice's absence, but would I maybe try and toy around with putting another player like Mims in my lineup or something and getting rid of Higgins and Devontae Adams for like one bigger monster like London or BTJ? I'd contemplate that. I don't know if Higgins can get that done, but Adams and Higgins and those are two injury prone maybe receivers this year. Adams is getting older. They're very, I think, prone to injury this year. Even if Adams doesn't bring a lot of injury risk to the table, he now does because he's older. He's turning 33. So I would say look to that. Past that, Sean, your team looks phenomenal. You did a great job. You did a really good job. I am dropping the $20 hauler, wants immediate attention. He says, Smitty, let's talk about it now. And I appreciate you, bro.
Alert. Super chat alert.
This $20 hauler from I Am Shaggy says, Smitty, draft in 10 minutes and I have the number 3 pick. Should I go Gibbs or Lamb? If Bijan is there, he's taking Bijan. I would say if you can get Bucky in round 2, that's when I would go Lamb. You know, if you could get Bucky or a player like that. But if you're going to be struggling to get RBs in that second round, third round area, and you know, grabbing Hendy in 3 is not crazy if you don't think you'll get him in 4, and I don't think you will. You could go, you know, hopefully you could get London or something. So if you went, let's say Gibbs, London, Hendy, I love that. But try and get Hendy in 4 if you can. Look at the suggested rank. Know your league mates. But Gibbs would be phenomenal. Or yeah, did I say Gibbs? Gibbs would be phenomenal if you think you can get London or a receiver like that later in the second round. It's just hard to say. I don't know. London can go at 15. He could go at 13. He could go at 18. But if it's going to be running back saturated in the first 2 rounds, I lean toward Gibbs. Lamb is such a good pick, though, if the running backs fall. When you get Bucky and Kyron or Bucky and Hendy to go with Lamb, it's nearly unstoppable. You get Gibbs in London and Kyron, or Gibbs, London, and Hendy, it's nearly unstoppable. And I've seen some people get Bucky in the 3rd round. It just depends on how much of a grandma league it is. But one thing I'll tell you, I am Shaggy, so you don't get too stressed about this. Whichever way you draft, Gibbs or Lamb, you might just build the winning team regardless. Do you understand? So don't freak out about which one. If I choose the wrong one, you're not choosing the wrong one. If you go Gibbs, you're going to go down a different path and you'll build a championship team. You go Lamb, you're going to go down a different path and build a championship team. There's no one's better than the other. They're both league winning. And you just want to try and as best you can predict, will this league be consuming RB at a crazy rate? Let's go Gibbs. That's the only thing that I'm going to advise you on, okay? But please understand, you can build a championship. You might build a team that scores the exact same amount of points going either way, okay? Keep that in mind to kind of limit the stress about it. It's not stressful. You got a great decision in front of you. Should I give Saquon Sutton for Hendy and Amon-Ra? I would take Hendy and Amon-Ra personally. But I can understand somebody wanting Barkley, but I think Barkley gets hurt this year. Trade Knicks for Bill and Igbuka. I would take, you have Dak on the bench. Yeah, I'd definitely take that trade if that's a 1 QB league, obviously. And you're not using Dak. That's fine by me. That's great, bro. This one here, Ollie Gordon, stash 1, Ollie Gordon or Samson. Thomas, I think you know my answer after the massive rant and everything I've been saying about Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon by a country mile. This isn't even close. This is like when Miss Smitty says, when I ask her, is the cheese good in the fridge? And she says, well, what's the date say? And I say, well, it says October. And she goes, well, what month is it? And I say, well, it's August. I honestly, I sometimes don't know because the way my job is, I don't know what day it is half the time when I'm on here if I haven't even slept. So I go, Miss Smitty, it's August. And she goes, okay, so what is August? Is October after August? And I say, yeah, Miss Smitty, it is. It actually is. And then she goes, okay then. So she goes on, doing her thing. And I go, so I can eat the cheese? What does the expiration date say? It's right in front of you. You just answered your own question. But I want her to say it. I want her to give me confirmation. This is confirmation, Caleb right here, Thomas. And I love you for it. But the answer is Gordon. The whole live stream suggests Gordon is the answer, and Gordon is the answer. And thank you very much for the super chat. You are the man, the myth, legend. Just drafted 2-pick, 10-man. Wide receivers, Chase, Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Igbuka. Running backs are Hampton, Achane, Harvey, Trey Henderson. Put Trey Henderson number 1, please, or 2. You can put Achane 2, or Achane 1. Give Trey the respect he deserves. QBs are Kyler, JJ McCarthy. Don't call him JJ. Warren. I mean, call him whatever you want, obviously. But when you're in a question, I might read these things weird, and I hate when people call JJ McCarthy JJ. Case, Garrett Wilson, Sutton. What a team! What a team. Buka. You could trade Sutton unless you can start all 4 of those wide receivers, or have to start all 4 of those wide receivers. But if those are flex spots, you clearly are throwing running backs in there. I'm very tempted to say, what can I trade? Can I trade Sutton and Kyler for Josh Allen or for JD5? Can I trade? And I love Sutton more this year than I'm sorry. I always disrespect him by throwing him in trade offers. But can I trade Sutton and Garrett Wilson for one, BTJ or Lamb or something? Past that, bro, your depth is phenomenal. You're good to go. It's a freaking great squad. We got gifted memberships here from Andy. Andy dropping 10 gifted memberships. Andy, thank you so much, my boy. Andy, coming in strong.
Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Caleb says he wants a gifted membership. I saw that from the beginning of the show, bro. But I mean, you can grab it and support the channel if you want. You don't have to wait for the free gifted membership. But yeah, Andy's sending out 10 right now, so maybe you're going to get one that way. Thank you, Andy. Anybody gets one from Andy, please let him know how grateful you are. Andy to the moon. Appreciate you. We just drafted 2 pick. I think I just answered this one. What a team, bro. What a team we got there. It's a great looking squad. Does gifting subs work to getting into the Wild Wild West? Cody wants to know. I mean, if it's rivaling the levels of the super chat, sure. I could get behind that. Or I just end up giving out the 2. We already have one going out to Sean and the other one going out to if he ends up finishing as the highest super chatter. Sean or Gary gets the one already, and then Sean's leading the race. Sean, can you email me at my thefantasyfootballshow.com real quick? And that way I have your information. Thank you very much. Renegades, appreciate seeing you here. Glad you came back. I blasted Renegades yesterday. I was on 0 sleep, Renegades. I was on 0 sleep, and he was like defending me essentially by saying take a lap, whatever, to somebody for, I don't even remember what it was, bro. But I blasted Renegades. I'd just be like, how do you do whatever? And he was trying to say something positive about it. I think, what was it? Hunter? What was it? I think it was Travis Hunter. I don't know. Hunter Jeanty. I don't even remember what the topic was. But I blasted Renegades, and he was innocent, totally innocent. Who won the trade? BTJ, round 8 keeper, plus Aaron Jones for Henry and Terry McLaurin. BTJ side by quite a bit with that keeper value, bro. Quite a bit. Thank you for the decoded message that I could barely read. Appreciate you. Have Jaden Higgins on my bench. Should I drop him for Dobbs, Palmer, Bateman, Tesla, Chisholm, Blue, or Tootin? Make sure Gordon's not out there. I probably would in a redraft for sure. In a dynasty, I mean, probably still do that. And the player I want here is Tootin. Tootin's got the league-winning capability. Even if it takes him half a year to get there, don't cut him. Don't give up on him. Don't think anything other than it's a patient game for him, right? It could take him till week 8, week 10. Got Pat Mahomes, Kyler, Chase Brown, Walker, Harvey, Garrett Wilson, MHJ, Tet, DJ Moore, and Njoku. Just made a trade. Buka and Aaron Jones Sr. for Lamar and Blue. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like that trade. Getting Lamar, it's solid. But Kyler and Buka, yeah, I'm okay with that. If it's super flex or Lamar, is it super flex? But I mean, look, Mahomes and Kyler are so good. Like to have Buka, I don't know. Just trade Buka and Jones for trade Mahomes or just wait. 12-man auction. Let me just tell you, Ronnie, if you did this and it was not a super flex, I don't know what you were doing. You have Mahomes. If this is super flex, I understand wanting Mahomes and Lamar. You have Kyler, though, so Buka is hard to give up, but I would have done that in super flex. If this is super flex, I think you made a grave mistake getting rid of Buka when you had freaking Mahomes. You're not considering Mahomes a top 5 potential guy. Someone says I missed his super chat. Let's see, Morgan, not yet. I'm still going through them. I'll put it on screen here, though. I'm still going through all the super chats. I got 8 more, and you were, I think you were next up anyway. What is JCM's value in Dynasty right now? I am loaded at running back: Jeanty, Hendy, Harvey, Sampson, Scat, Caleb Johnson, Brashard Smith, and JCM. I need a wide receiver. I would say, you're trying to get a Buka. Obviously, you're probably not going to get that. Hunter, you're trying to get that. Maybe you got to give up a little bit more. Caleb Johnson and maybe JCM together, could get you something like that. Go to a really weak running back room team and see what they got. But Hunter is a player I'm trying to get. Buka is a player I'm trying to get. Debo. I'd even take Debo. Debo would probably be one of the better targets, Morgan, for that. Or Morgan, not even Morgan. It's Morgan. Morgan. Thank you, Morgan. But yes, Morgan, that's what I would do, my boy. And there's other names, you could do something craftier and try and upgrade something. But those are the names that I would try and attack. Harvey, give up a little more. Harvey, give up Caleb Johnson too, and see if you can pull that off. Someone's got Harvey, you give them those 2 running backs. You'd only be able to do that if someone had Harvey and they're really thin at running back. But just go see what teams are ultra thin at RB, and you could give them Caleb Johnson and JCM for like 1 player. But Debo fits the bill because he goes very late. Tight end upgrade, something like that. Got Pat. Oh, I just did Ronnie's team. Ronnie, I hope to God you didn't trade for Lamar when you have Mahomes, unless it was a super flex. What did he say? Did he say it was a super flex? Is super flex in here? Did I just miss it? 12-team auction league. I don't see it. Ronnie. Where's Ronnie's comment? Ronnie. Not super flex. Ronnie, what are you doing, my guy? Why are you going to get Lamar when you got Mahomes? Why are you going out to get hamburger when you got steak at home? I'm not saying Lamar's not better than Mahomes to many of you than he could be. I'm just saying you got Mahomes is a top 1 to 5 quarterback, Ronnie. He's not a top 5 to 7. He's top 1 to 5. Mahomes is going to be a top 1 to 5 QB this year, and you just gave up Buka. That's the only concern I have here. Yes, you got to now trade Mahomes. Can you go get Buka? I kid you. I mean, who needs a quarterback, Ronnie? It's a 12-man league, so maybe, but Mahomes is going to be hard to sell because Mahomes is doubted by so many. So now it's like, your team's still really good, though, Ronnie. Your team's still going to, rock out. It's going to be amazing, but I just don't know you're going to have the value. Man, Ronnie. $10 hauler from Sloppy Joe. 18 team PPR, 3rd pick. How did I do? Jamar, Chase, Sutton, Kamara, Hampton, Harvey, May, Loveland, JCM, Horton, Stroud, Tootin. Yeah, 18 team league? Am I reading that right? 18 team league from the 3 pick? Is that correct? If so, then you did remarkable. 18 team league? Bro. Jamar, Chase, Sutton, Kamara, Hampton, Harvey, May, JCM. You did phenomenal. I don't know what you, in an 18 team league, I don't know that you're trading much. You kind of need all this, Kind of hard to package stuff together. You kind of need JCM. And Tootin was a fantastic player. I wish you would have got Ollie Gordon too, but Tootin's a fantastic long play for you. Might open the door to a trade. Yeah, you kind of got to stand down. I mean, maybe I'm trying to move Kamara for like equal lateral, pieces that I like better. Kamara for like a Hunter and something. You know, like what does the Ollie Gordon owner have? Like, what if they had Travis Hunter, or what if they had a player like Buka or something? You could go trade Kamara and get, you know, multiple pieces. Something I would look at sloppy, but that's really good. I give you a 8.5 out of 10 in an 18-man league. I don't even know if that's a respectable enough number. That's crazy. Got a trade offer, PPR 10-man. Should I trade DK for Pacheco? My wide receivers are Lamb, London, J-Mo, Diggs, Keenan Allen. I think you need to get more. DK is way more valuable than Pacheco, in my opinion. So I'm going to say negative on that one. I want more. I can only keep one, ETN or Ollie Gordon. I'm keeping Ollie Gordon if I'm in that box, but I'm not saying don't make a trade, Aussie. But definitely think, you know, ETN, I don't see him. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I think even if I'm wrong, that I don't see him being starter relevant all year for some reason. Ollie's still going to score, probably outscore him. 10-man dynasty, my running backs are Kyron, Pollard. Pollard got an uptick today with the news that what's his face is on the PUP, so Spears. So yeah, Pollard got an uptick today. Scattaboo, Tootin, Ollie Gordon, love that. Hunter, I got offered Spears for Ollie Gordon straight up. Do I take that? I mean, what do you think I'm going to say on Isaac on that? You know what I mean? Like Ollie Gordon, you don't trade Ollie Gordon. Of course, Spears just went on the PUP, bro. He's injured. He's done. He's missing at least, you know, whatever. You can't go in that direction. Ollie Gordon by a country mile, and it's not close. He's my favorite player to go get in trade or draft right now. So don't even consider that. That would be a grave mistake, my boy. Grave mistake. I want to say I might have a draft going on right now. I hope I'm not missing a draft. Okay, no, it's just being set right now. I was like, oh no. Okay. Appreciate you, says DJ. DJ, thank you. Appreciate your super chat, DJ. Keep up the good work. Thank you. You keep up the good work as well, and thank you very much for the super chat. And then this one right here, pick 2 wide receivers: Garrett Wilson, MHJ, Rice, or Worthy. Give me Garrett Wilson and Rice, but you know there's risk involved, and you know depending on the suspension, you might want MHJ more, and you can get Rice later. You know what I'm saying? 10-man dynasty running backs: Kyron, Pollard, Scat. Oh, that was the one I just answered. Yeah, Ollie Gordon, my boy Isaac. Don't even consider trading. 12-man, 2 QB, PPR, 0.5 PPR. Kyler, JD5. Okay, that's great. Kyler and JD5 is a great. You know, just list Kyler first. Give him some respect, man. Jeanty, Sharbs, Nico, London, MHJ, Waddle, Rice, Hunter. What a group of wide receivers. Brock, Milrow. Okay, so what we're doing with this team is we're moving MHJ or Waddle. Rice, Hunter, London, Nico, we're not touching that. We're maybe trying to upgrade. Let's see here. Jeanty, Sharp. I mean, I love Sharps. I'm not trading Sharps, but you know, you might want to go get an RB like Harvey using your MHJ, Waddle, maybe both of them. Maybe another bench player that I don't see here. I don't think that bench is going to really do much. Maybe you upgrade Kyler slightly by giving up Waddle. Something like that. Thank you, my boy T, for dropping the super chat. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Nice team. Very nice team. We've got a $20 hauler here from Salty Penguin. Appreciate you dropping the 20 watt on screen, my guy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
All right, this question here is 12-team PPR. QB Goff, Penix Jr. I like Penix Jr. more than Goff, to be honest, but that's me. Bucky, Hendy, JCM, Gordon, RJ Harvey. I love that all you guys have Gordon now. Anybody, you could, when someone's got Gordon, you know they just drafted, which is awesome. But grabbing Gordon is maybe the most league-winning late-round move you can make. And when I see you guys have Gordon listed, it just makes me smile. It just makes me happy. Higgins, BTJ, Hunter. I don't know why Higgins is listed before BTJ. This is driving. Maybe it's OCD. I don't know. It might be the OCD in me that just gets perturbed. BTJ, Hunter, then Higgins. Mims, Buka, put Buka. But what are we doing? Kraft, need to drop one for a D. Also Tesla or Marks. I'm probably going to say right now, you've got so many RBs. Got so many receivers. I always lean toward the running back play for the upside, but I like Tesla a lot. I just think he's great in best ball. He's good in non-best ball, but Marks is probably a little safer. Who to drop? I would say, bro. That's probably going to be your drop though. And if you're needing to drop somebody to get Tesla, drop one for the drop Tesla or Marks. Okay, I understand. Dropping Tesla. Yeah, unfortunately. Love your team. Love the team. Higgins is always a movable piece for me. Higgins and JCM for... I mean, you're probably not going to get it, but Higgins and JCM... Well, yeah, maybe go get Buka. Like, Higgins gets drafted before Buka. You could trade Higgins for Buka straight up. I forget, does he have Buka? He has Buka. I forget, you're listing Buka so far down your wide receivers, I don't even see him. I'm like, Higgins, BTJ, Hunter, Mims. Go get Buka, and Buka's just sitting there, right there. Okay, trade Higgins and JCM for... You got Harvey already. Hall, quarterback upgrade. JCM, Higgins for move Goff into Mahomes or Bo Nix. Salty. Try those. Great team. Thank you for the super chat. You are greatly appreciated, my guy. I draft Dak. Should I get a second QB like Fields or May? Absolutely, but I love Penix Jr. That's one of my favorite. Penix Jr., Cam Ward are very, very league-winning type players, bro. For 0.5, so Monty for Ollie and Addison. I'd take Ollie and Addison over Monty in a millisecond. That's what I'm talking about. That's a league-winning move right there. League-winning. League-winning. Everybody, we need to go get Ollie Gordon. We need to be crafty. We need to get him in all drafts. 12-team, 2QB, 0.5 PPR, Kyler, JD5, Jeanty, Sharps, Nico, London, MHJ, Waddle, Rice, Hunter, Brock, Milrow. Thoughts on any trades? I want Henderson. Everybody does. Everybody does, my boy. Jeanty, Sharps, Nico. Whoa, did I do this one already? Nico, London, Waddle. I think I already did this one. So to get Hendy, if I didn't answer that part, thank God I pulled it back up for you. I would say, 2 QB. Is this different? This might be a different question. No, it's the same question, I think. If I was to go get Hendy, I would say, how are you going to do that without giving up Jeanty? I don't know if Sharps will be that good of an allure. You can't really go get Hendy probably without giving up an RB, and you only have Jeanty. If I was going to try and do it, though, I'd say Waddle and MHJ make good sense to try and get Jeanty. Or get Hendy. So if he's loaded at RB, maybe he would do it. I think, I'd give up, honestly, if I had to give up Nico for Hendy, I'd want something else. But I'd definitely give up MHJ and Waddle. I'd give up Rice and Waddle. I'd maybe give up Rice and MHJ for Hendy, given your receivers. Like, those are the only avenues you have, though. There's not really much else you can do, given that you don't have any RBs to send him. And Sharps probably won't do enough, and you'd sell him low anyways. Don't sell him for pennies on the dollar. 12-team PPR, Mike Kittle for Worthy and Hunter. I have Pitts. I would definitely take Worthy and Hunter. That's a smart move for your team. Trust in Pitts at that level and at that cost and with that strategy. That's a great value. Trade Debo, JSN for Kyron and Cooper Kupp. I would probably say that's okay. It's a little much, but Jeanty, Kyron, Bucky, Gordon, BRJ, you mean BTJ? BTJ, Brashard Smith, wide receiver, Hunter. Oh, no, is that Brian Robinson Jr.? Okay. Gordon, Brian Robinson Jr. I have to read some of your guys' short code. Shorthand is crazy. Wide receivers, Hunter, JSN, Rice, Debo, Ridley. Kyron is a little much. Debo and JSN's a little much, but I think I still would probably consider it. Can you get a better player than Kupp, though? That would be what I would kind of tell you. Trade Debo, JSN for Kyron. Yeah, I would want a little bit more. Thank you for the super chat. Back to the top here. Jesse, $9 holler. Appreciate you, $10 hauler. 12-man keeper. Running backs are scarce during draft. Dak, Henderson, Judkins, Sampson, Najee, Ollie. Ollie might save you there. Toot might save you there. Bashard might save you there. Neighbors, London, DJ Moore, Pickens, Hunter, Debo. Now, it would be interesting if DJ Moore gets running back, like a running back position eligibility. I don't know what platforms will change it mid-year. I don't know that they will. But DJ Moore might be running as an RB sometimes, more than anybody ever expected. So wouldn't that be interesting if they deemed him a running back eligible player? I just don't know if they do it after the fact. But in baseball, you can earn your eligibility as you play it. So I don't know why football would be different. Every platform is different. But I would look to trade for an RB. Judkins doesn't have great value, but Ollie can step up, Tootin can step up, but you've got enough value here at wide receiver with Neighbors and London and Pickens and Hunter that you could trade DJ Moore or Pickens with Judkins or with Najee or with Sampson. But Henderson's a fantastic running back. One, don't touch that. And then, if you were to stand down, Ollie will probably eventually earn you that value. And I think you could just plug him in right away. Part of me is like, if you were to, let's say, make a running back trade and you had to put Ollie on the bench, I'd be bummed about it in a way. 10-man PPR. So maybe let it ride. 10-man PPR. QBs, J85 Dak. Running backs are Kenneth Walker, Kamara, Hendy, Sharbs. So Hendy, even though you list him 3 and disrespect him, is your number 1. And I probably would move Walker or Kamara. Honestly, I could move both of them for 1 RB, like Hampton, like Kyron. I would definitely consider moving both of them for Kyron and get something else back. But if you can't do it 2 running backs for 1, which is not the easiest thing to do, you could trade DJ Moore and Kamara or DJ Moore and Walker for Hendy and something. For Kyron not Hendy, you got Hendy. For Kyron and something. For Bucky and something. For Achane and something. Achane's a very cheap player to go get right now and still a top 5 running back. That the amount of love I have for Ollie Gordon right now has nothing to do with doubting Achane. Keep in mind that we're talking about Mostert being a top 10 running back, being a 20-ish touchdown running back while Achane was at his best as a rookie. Should I drop someone for Ollie Gordon? He's on waivers. The answer to that would be an astounding yes, based on everything you've heard me say all show long. So yes, I would. I know I'm going to have to keep repeating that. Guys, public service announcement. Please do not leave Ollie Gordon on your waiver wire. Don't do it. Drop your kicker immediately. Make a decision later. Drop your deemed worst player and grab him. He'll be worth that player. So, like, if the tight end pool is deep enough to grab a tight end at any moment, you drop Goddard. If you need to drop Tez or Higgins, you drop that player right now and go grab Ollie Gordon. If you need to drop a full load drop on Ollie Gordon, right now you drop a full load drop on Ollie Gordon. Why? Because this is probably the best pickup of the year. If I had to guess right now, I would say that Ollie Gordon and Krosky Merritt, who's pretty much grabbed by now, but that's a success story. I'm not taking off the preemptive waiver wire board because we called that. We did that. We told you. And right now we're sitting at a spot where Ollie Gordon's a 10 out of 10 for being the best pickup of the year. And it's not even close. Where's my best pickup of the year? There. Odds of being the best number 1 ad of the year. Ollie Gordon, 10 out of 10 likely chance in my mind. Krosky Merritt, 10 out of 10. Don't give out 10s very often all year long, and we've got 2 already, which is unbelievable, and we love them both greatly. They are our children. 10-man PPR QBs are JD5 and Dak. Running backs are Walker. Oh, I just did that one. Yeah, and I definitely would try and move Walker or Kamara or both of them. It's just the way I feel about those guys. I like them, but I'm worried about them. Did a redraft 12-man, got JD5, Hampton, Hendy, Harvey, love it. Sampson, Benson, Sharp, CD, BTJ, Ted, Addison, Golden, great team. Henry from the 5 pick. It's a little early for me for Henry, but if you like him, Henry. Well, why? I'm confused. Hendy, Harvey, Hampton, and you're saying Henry from pick 5. Do you mean Hendy from pick 5? I don't know what this is saying here. But 12-man league, assuming Henry's not in it, I still love it. If you got Henry in here too, then. But I don't know if you... Henry from the 5 pick. I don't understand. think maybe you wrote Hendy instead of Henry, quite possibly. But either way, Hendy or Henry, this team's fire, and I like it a lot. And I probably wouldn't change much. Maybe a Tet or an Addison with potentially, you know, a Benson or Sharps later when they gain some value can get you that extra, like, you know, massive monster. Hunter Henry, okay. Gotcha. Great team. You said Henry from the 5, so it sounded like it meant, okay, gotcha. The whole thing was from the 5, but Hunter Henry. Thoughts on my team: Drake, May, Higgins, J-Mo, Buka, McMillan, Golden, Bijan, Trey, Henderson, Sharps, JCM, McBride. Love the team. I like it a lot. Would I prefer you have maybe an upgrade over Higgins and then keep J-Mo and Ibuka? Yeah. So if that is Tet McMillan, I assume it is, Higgins and Tet McMillan for a slightly better receiver. You could go Garrett Wilson shopping. You could go London shopping. You could go Lab McConkey shopping. JCM would be an alternative add-in as well. So go try to get one of those big top dog wide receivers, and then I think you're literally like an 8 point something out of 10 instead of in the 7s. 10 team half PPR QBs are May, Goff, Jeanty, Hendy, J.K. Dobbins, Tracy Jr., JCM, Garrett Wilson, McConkey, Sutton, Buka, Diggs. Wanting to trade for Baker, missed him in the draft. Well, May's not bad. Baker, I don't know how easy it will be to trade for Baker. I imagine it could be easy, but then again, the person that drafted him is either going to love him or not have loved the pick. So if he loves him, you're just not going to be able to get him. With your receivers, Garrett Wilson, McConkey, Buka, you could trade Sutton. You could trade Sutton if you want to get that quarterback upgrade, if that's what you really want. If you believe in Baker that much, go do your thing. J.K. Dobbins, I trade him. Tracy, I trade. JCM, I trade. Those are all expendable pieces for that quarterback upgrade. But I would shoot higher. I would go after Mahomes personally. 14-team league. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Dak, Fields, Milton, Nico, Pickens, Keon, Horton, Brees, ETN, Sharps, Braylon Allen, Ertz, moves to make. Probably say this is a 14-teamer. It's tough. 14-teamers are tough. You got a pretty solid squad. It feels a little thin, but it also has potential in Brashard Smith and Sharps. If I was to move anything, you're not getting value out of Brees. You're not getting value out of Pickens that you deserve. You're not getting value out of the quarterbacks. It really would be Nico for, obviously the closer the player is to Nico that you're trading down to, like London or, something like that, you're going to not get much of a bump anywhere else. But if you were to go from like Nico to Hunter, you're maybe getting a Harvey. If you go from Nico down to Debo, you're definitely getting a Harvey. So I would entertain dividing and conquering Nico into two pieces. And that second piece that you get would have to be a doubted player or someone's not going to do it, because 14-teamers, nobody wants to give up depth. So if it's like, let's say Ollie Gordon, and you go from Nico to London and you get Ollie Gordon, that's league winning. You go from Nico to Debo, you better get a damn, Harvey or something. And I definitely would do that trade too. Go to the Harvey owner, see what he's got at wide receiver. Go to the Kyron owner, see what he's got at wide receiver. Go to the Travis Hunter owner, see what he's got at wide receiver. Hampton, see what he's got at wide receiver, and contemplate the Nico for 2 players. Trying to trade Pickens, Tet, and Hampton for an elite wide receiver. That wide receiver would probably be London. Lad's not probably high enough for me. London or BTJ, and it really gets. There's not a lot of names. You hear me say London and BTJ a lot because there's a weird, I don't want to say dry zone of elite stud wide receiver talent, and then it's like Lab McConkey and Garrett Wilson, MHJ, those guys. But there's a gap, and BTJ and London are really the end of the line. St. Brown, Neighbors, because of the toe might lean down that way. But yeah, I would say London and BTJ would be the player you're trying to get. And Hampton for an elite wide receiver, I don't mind doing that. I think that's a lot more doable to go get a London for Hampton. I think you can do that, especially if you add in a little bit. You have space for Ollie Gordon, you got to grab him. Look at Lamb and Neighbors. Running backs are Gibbs, Bucky, Harvey, JCM, Mason. Love the team. Love the team, Goose. Appreciate your super chat. This one here from the biggest one. Appreciate you. I have RJ Harvey, JCM. Buddy asked me for a price on JCM. Thoughts starters are Henry, Cook, Puka, Evans, Kittle, Moore, and no QB. I don't know if you're telling me that these are the players that he has his starters because what's the price on JCM? If it is, I mean, I'm trying to get. I don't think you're getting any of those guys, but for JCM, I'm trying to get a Hunter. I'm trying to get a Buka. I'm trying to get a Debo. And obviously, I'm going to give up a little more to make that happen. If I'm doing straight up type of transaction, Debo makes sense. Debo, you might be able to do. I don't know what he has though. So if this is what he has, I don't think you're doing any trade for these guys. DJ Moore maybe, and if that's your player, then I need to know who he has. But I want to try and get like a Debo-esque type of player. I want to try and get. Yeah, it's tough to say. Can you follow up with maybe some options that I can, if I have his full team, I could try and cook something up. 12-man redraft back-to-back champion. Does this team three-peat? Mahomes, Bucky, Hendy, Brees, JCM, Ollie, love Ollie. Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Coleman. I think it can. Absolutely. 8.0 minimum. And when I take that, slap an 8 on your team, that means that you definitely are in the top 3 or 4 of your team or your league without even looking at your rosters. Trade advice, not really. I mean, you drafted a bunch of show players that I love. I would contemplate a JCM and Garrett Wilson for an upgrade, or Brees and Garrett Wilson for a monster. So if you've got any of those potential trades in line, let me know, and we'll take a look at it. In a dynasty, would you do a Dunze for Ollie? I think you get more. I want to, but I want more. Dunze's got more value. We got to be careful not to get ahead of our skis and not to get the proper return. Drop Jeanty or Pacheco for Ollie. Probably don't drop Judy. I'd probably rather have Ollie than Pacheco, but I feel like you can make a trade though, make a quick trade. Who should I target? 10-man league, need better wide receivers for PPR. BTJ and a book is starting with Hampton in the flex. DK, Ricky, Pearsall, and Lovin on the bench. Trade bait. Who should I target? 10-team league. Don't trade Buka. Don't trade BTJ. Don't trade Hampton. So DK, Ricky. DK and Pretty Ricky. I feel like that can get me. Can't get you Hendy. You could try. Can't get you Lad. Maybe it can. Try. DK Pretty Ricky for London. Probably won't, but you could try. Bucky probably won't, but you could try. Kyron? Maybe. I love Kyron for that. DK Pretty Ricky for... I mean, I like Harvey better, but you get more. Harvey and something. Kind of the way my brain would approach that. Thank you all for those super chats. We are completely caught up. I'll answer these in order in which they're received when they come in. And if I missed anybody's super chat, just get my attention, please. Put a bunch of like emojis, like caution emojis or something. Don't do it unnecessarily, or I won't ever answer your questions. If you try and fake, let me know that I definitely want to answer your question if you do that. But if you could get my attention and let me know I missed your super chat, I will answer it. But put a bunch of emojis or something to get my attention on it. Like cell phone emojis or something like that. All right. Let's see here. Running backs are Pollard, Tank, B-Rob Jr., I assume, because that's Bijan is not B-Rob. Blue, trade Blue for Tootin. Yes, I would probably rather have Tootin right now, but that changes, man. I love Jaden Blue, so don't be surprised if I'm liking it the other way in a week from now. You got to be careful not to expect everything to always stay the same here. Real quickly, going back to the rankings, and then we'll take some phone calls. I'm about to time out on Underdog in like 3 drafts right here. Let me just make this selection. Let's go with damn. Evan Ingram. Let's do an Evan Ingram pick right here at this pick 100. Love that. Oh man, Charbonnet's there though. Oh, this is so tough. Evan Ingram or Charbonnet? Context, I've got no tight end yet. Running backs are solid. I got Gibbs, Bucky, and Henderson already. But damn, I want Sharps bad. I think I'll go Evan Ingram there. Unfortunately. Okay, super chats here from the big one dropping another one. They were my starters. He has T. Higgins, Neighbors, Waddle, Myers, Kamara, Achane, and Dak. I even forget the question, bro. Let me see if I can. So it was Buddy asked the price on JCM. JCM. That's TST, Neighbors, Waddle. I mean, if I could get an Achane upgrade or something, my boy. I mean, I'm strongly considering trying to like figure out how to maximize, you know, the opportunity here. You've got Cook, so if I could sell JCM and Cook for Achane, that would be unbelievable. You've got Puka to Neighbors. I mean, even with the risk, I'd probably do that. So I would do those upgrades, my boy. 10-team half PPR, Mahomes and Saquon for Penix and Bijan. I think you need to get more. Because Mahomes is worth a ton. And I mean, I want Bijan over Saquon. But damn, man. I feel like Saquon could just get you more. Chat, what are we thinking on this? Are we if let's say you couldn't do any other move though, it's either you're stuck with Barkley, and if you think he's gonna get hurt, this is gonna be painful. Do you still say I'll risk it? I'm not getting rid of Mahomes for Penix Jr. You need to get more. You need to get more, or you need to take these quarterbacks out. Saquon for Bijan, but then give him something else. I'm gonna Smitty disapprove that trade. I can't give up Mahomes like that. Like he's, and I love Penix Jr., but that's just not fair. A fair trade. Should I start at Buka or Devontae Smith? I go Buka, bro. I go Buka. I want Achane. I want to trade Achane for who? Any receiver, BTJ London around his ADP, my boy. 12-man PPR, Hampton, Irving, Sharps. Gordon is on waivers. Should I pick him up? Of course. You guys, let's talk about it one more time. Bring it in. If Gordon's out there, please grab him. Please grab him. I'm asking you, as a friend, do not leave Gordon out on waivers and come to me after week 1 and say, how much fab do I drop? And I'm going to say, you could have grabbed him. I told you to grab him. And of course you grab him. I dropped Royals to pick him up. Sure, absolutely. Don't even hesitate. Run to do it. Stop watching the show. Run to do it. Come back when you're done. I agree with Mr. Cubes who says don't trade Achane as lowest. But if he wanted to trade him, you could trade him straight up for an equal wide receiver like London, who you could take right around there anyway. But yeah, I agree in general. Don't Brashard Smith or Tootin. From a long-term season perspective, it's damn close. I honestly want both of them. They're neck and neck. You almost rotate them. My boy. Pick point 1.2 best plan. If the best plan would be if it's running back heavy in the league, you're going to want to draft Gibbs or Bijan. If it's wide receiver heavy, Chase or Lamb. And then if you go Chase or Lamb, you want Bucky and 2. And if it went wide receiver heavy, you're going to get that. If it doesn't, if Bucky doesn't fall or you don't have players like that, then you may be miscalculated. But in general, I don't think you can go wrong going Bijan or Gibbs. I just think that's probably the safest route for me in a non-best ball, where the wide receivers are getting consumed at an unbelievable rate. So that would be my advice to you, is to go Bijan, Gibbs in that order. That would be my rank for you. Robert, appreciate you dropping the super chat on screen, my boy. Still drafting PPR 1 flex CD, Chase Brown, Daniels, Walker, Garrett Wilson, T-Mac, Ibuka, Debo, Sharp, 7 rounds. Any suggestions or thoughts? Love the team. Not a big fan of Walker right now. Love him. Don't like his ADP. Love him. Don't like his ADP. Walker, Garrett Wilson for 1 player. Walker, T-Mac for 1 player. Those would be my pieces of advice there. Love the Sharps pick, 7 rounds. Any suggestions or thoughts? Hard to say where you're at. Like, who's available. Travis Hunter, obviously. But he's gone. I really want Travis Hunter. I'd trade T-Mac for Travis Hunter. I'd trade Walker for Hunter and something. I'd trade Walker and T-Mac, or Walker and Garrett Wilson for Hendy. I want Hendy bad. And then make sure you get Ollie Gordon when you get into those double-digit rounds. Don't sleep on him. Don't let somebody else grab him. Don't wait till he's like at his ADP. Grab him at least a round and a half early, just because his value is going up. So, super chats are all caught up. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much for dropping those super chats. If I missed any, please get my attention. Use the cell phone emojis, like 5 of them, and then put your message and then whatever. Don't do that without having a super chat that I missed, or I will not answer the question. So, all right, let's get into the rest of this real quickly. I gotta make a pick here on underdog again, or I'm gonna time out. Who's the best player to grab here? Evan Ingram again. Here we are again. I've got. Let's see here. 60. Let's go Evan Ingram again. Let's go back-to-back Ingram picks there. Okay. After Ollie Gordon, who's my surprise number 8 overall ranked rookie, we've got Jeanty, Hampton, Tet. All these guys are off the board. I'm looking at an ADP right now, and it goes Jeanty, Hampton, Tet, Hunter, Henderson. How is Henderson 5? Average across the industry, Henderson's the number 5 overall rookie. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Just crazy. Hunter over Tet, question mark. Yes. Yes. For sure. I mean, I made that abundantly clear all offseason. Do you see Ted as a part of the Triple H and Associates? I don't think so.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates.
I don't care if he has, no name that starts with T or H. I don't care if it starts with a T. He could change his name to Header Rowan McMillan, but he didn't. So he's not a part of the HH and Associates. You know what I'm saying? All right. So ADP Henderson 5 is crazy. It's insane. Ibuka, Harvey, Loveland, Warren. Wow. After Gordon, it's really tough to come up with the next rank. I love Warren here. Tyler Warren's fantastic. JCM's fantastic. I mean, we got so many sleepers like Brashard Smith, but we're not going to rank Brashard Smith or Tootin this high, but we like them really close to this value. I know some of you want me to have Caleb Johnson here. I don't. I know some of you want me to have Matthew Golden here, and I don't. Not that I don't like Matthew Golden a little more each day. I admittedly do. But I don't know if they're going to get him the ball the way that he needs to get the ball. Trey Harris dropped a lot of his value dropped for me because he continues to drop the ball. Love Thornton, love Tesla, love Royals like Pat Bryant. I think number 9, 1.9 is probably going to be Warren. I think he's going to get so many manufactured plays and touches that this is going to be a very, very easy call in hindsight. Running backs, I believe that people are going to want me to have Caleb Johnson here. I just can't do it. I think JCM is better. I think at 1.11, Tootin's better. And these are long play. This is a long play. It's a very, very long play. I'm different than the average person. This is not cookie cutter. You're not going to have me just cranking out players just because everybody else has them. I'm not going to be putting Matthew Golden here when I want an RB. I want Jaylen Warren. Could Golden be here? Yes, and I'm opening my mind up to the idea that they do force feed him, especially with the injuries. You got Christian Watson now for sure not coming back for a long time. You've got Jaden Reed's now in a walking boot. Jaden Reed was getting out of his walking boot and got in a fight, I guess, on the field in scrimmage, and then all of a sudden he's limping again. So Reed hurt. Golden's really the only show in town now. I'm starting to get more and more sold on that. And I admit I'm not conducting this train. This is adjusting and adapting. I'll always adjust and adapt. And there are going to be players that I wasn't high on. Jackson Dart and Golden are two rookies I was not super high on walking in and for a majority of the offseason. And I admit I'm starting to like Golden more and more, but I'm not moving him ahead of these league-winning running backs. This is just the way I organize things in my mind. This is probably going to be how we come out of the top 12 rookies. I think Loveland's in this conversation for 13. I think Caleb Johnson's in the conversation for 13. I think Scadaboo, Blue, Sampson in the conversation for 13 overall. Bashard Smith in the conversation for 13 overall. Woody Marks in the conversation. Cam Ward in the conversation. Loveland in the conversation. Let's see here. Hunter, appreciate you. My JD5 for Travis Hunter, Caleb Johnson. I have Dak. No, it's not enough, bro. JD5 goes way before Travis Hunter. So you're selling extremely low, boy. Week 1, full PPR. Start 2, running backs, 1 flex. Hampton, Hendy, Harvey, JCM, Rice, and Luka. 2 running backs are going to be Hampton and Hendy. Your flex play is going to be Egbuka, unless Rice plays. If Rice plays week 1, which he may or may not, that's still going to be determined whether they get into the, once they get into the thick of whether the hearing's going to be the situation decider or not. $20 hauler from Cody dropping wads. Cody, appreciate you, my boy. You are the man.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Cody, thank you for the super chat. You straight up monster, you. And thoughts on May Debo for Olave. His Olave, bro. I would never trade Debo for Olave, let alone give him Drake May as well. No, Debo's a league winner. Do you see Olave on my Moon Man, Mars Man boards?
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars Man.
I got Debo on the Mars Man list. You don't see Olave on there. Cody, just finished my draft 10-man pick 4. Dak, Caleb. I see you might have autoed that Caleb pick. Sorry about that. Dak, Bijan, Hampton, Hendy. Love the quad right there. It's great. Dak is fine. Collins, BTJ, Worthy, Diggs, Golden, McMillan, Pickens. Wow, Pickens. Put Pickens up a little higher, please. Put Pickens, he's right there with Worthy. I might even like Pickens more than Worthy. That's your wide receiver 3. Worthy, Pickens, McMillan, Golden. We might need to make some trades. Trade target ideas. Yeah, let's talk about that. Don't need to upgrade the RBs. Honestly, I probably do try and upgrade that quarterback room. Go see who has multiple quarterbacks, but getting rid of McMillan or Worthy or Pickens to get that stud quarterback with this kind of depth is the only play, Cody. You do that, and this becomes borderline 8.9, 8.8. The squad is phenomenal. That's what I do if I'm you. Guys, why isn't Higgins up there on this board? Because Higgins isn't as good as the guys on this board. But I'm not saying he's not in the conversation of being there with Cam and Loveland as like 13, 14, 15. But Higgins is a number 2 wide receiver for a quarterback that I don't trust right now, in an offense that I don't trust, with an offensive line I certainly don't trust. And you've got all these other players that are league-winning potential still. So Higgins doesn't have league-winning potential. Jaden Higgins. Tootin does. Tootin can win your league. JCM can win your league. Matthew Golden, I don't want to say he can win a league necessarily, but he's starting to climb because of the lack of, not just because, but mainly climbing for me greatly because there's no other options right now. With Jaden Reed now limping again and been in a walking boot, there's no one to throw to. Is Ward higher in a superflex? Absolutely. Probably at the Tet level. The Tet Gordon level. Okay, guys, we have did you email me? What was it, Sean? Sean with the $100 super chat. So far, Sean is the leading candidate to get the spot in the Wild Wild West League. So, Sean, congratulations right now. If we ended the show right now, you would have it. So, Sean, make sure you email me. I think I told you to already. Gary, appreciate you. Wild Wild West link is coming. Sean, I do not see your email yet. Please email me right now, Sean, and let me know when you've emailed me so that I can have you at least ready to go if you are the highest super chatter of the day. What's the Wild Wild West League? It's going to be streamed live on the show, on a graveyard show, either on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Make sure you're available both days because I will not be asking anybody what day works for them. We'll be streaming live on the graveyard show, the midnight Eastern show on Tuesday or Thursday of next week, walking right into after week one. So the Tuesday or Wednesday after week one, so heading into week two, we'll be drafting on a Tuesday or Thursday. Don't know what day yet. You got to be available for both. We'll be drafting, and we'll be drafting for the first time, meaning we let week one play out, and then we draft a super flex draft heading into week two, and we don't redraft. We're drafting for weeks 2 through 17. Just a unique Wild Wild West approach, just getting wild and crazy, just letting us get a feel for what is coming out of week one. You always feel different coming out of week one. It'll be such an interesting draft. So top super chat of the day is getting a spot in that draft. Also, the top super chat in tonight's stream. The top 2 super chats in tonight's stream will get spots in the we've got another draft. I got to figure out what I'll figure it out. So we're gonna do another draft. I have a dynasty draft. I have a dynasty league, the official show dynasty league, 2 spots potentially available, and that will be drafted live on the channel as well. So I think I'm going to be doing that tonight. Let's see here. Fire, appreciate you. You still cool with Bijan over Jamar Chase in 10-man? I usually am, bro. I could go either way. Again, to answer the question is like, I could draft either one and win a championship and build the exact same type of scoring team. So there's no mistake that can be made. The mistakes would happen later. Just drafted. Thoughts on team. Purdy, Ward, Jeanty, Bucky, Hendy, Bigsby, Blue, Garrett Wilson, Rice, Hunter, Debo, Diggs, and Njoku. Do I go look for a QB? I would. I don't want Purdy as my starter. Ward's not bad though, but I want somebody bigger, stronger, faster. Jeanty, Bucky, Hendy. Love the running backs. I'm not trading those guys for a quarterback though. Is Penix Jr. on waivers? He better not be. Bigsby, Blue. Okay, so Garrett Wilson, Rice, Hunter, Debo. Love the receivers actually. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with this team. I just want a different quarterback. What do you trade though? I don't know, man. I don't know that you can get. You just gonna have to. How'd you let Penix Jr. slip past after all those other players? Ward's solid though. I think Ward, you'll be okay. I would start Ward in week 1. Go from there. He's gonna be a solid contributor. Penix Jr. Make sure he's not on waivers. Drop Purdy for Penix Jr. in a millisecond. Maybe you could trade. I don't want you to trade these wide receivers though. Rice, Hunter, Debo. You're gonna need Garrett Wilson and all those guys. It's a good squad. I don't think Bigsby may get you some sort of quarterback upgrade later. You could always upgrade your QB spot later. Don't panic and walk in with Ward, and let's see what's what when week 1 plays out. And then if there's any buy lows, then we'll buy low. You know what I mean? I think I can get Tootin if I give up Jacoby Myers. I think that would be wise. That would be smart, my boy. I think you should do that and do that now. That would be a great move on your part. Fantastic move. This one here is from Jesse. Dropped Lockett for Amari Cooper for my last bench spot. Any better waiver wire wide receivers? Yeah, Thornton, Jalen Royals, Chisholm would maybe even be better. But Amari's not bad. But I don't think I'd rather have Chisholm or something like that, or Tesla. If Tesla is out there, you got to grab Tesla. Just drafted dots on my team. QB, Purdy, Ward. Oh, I just did that one. Thank you, my boy, for the super chat. Got Lockett. All right, I think let's open the phone lines briefly.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Probably not doing full team evals on the phone line. So if you go, hey, Smitty, I was going to give you my team, I'm going to hit the hang up button. Because I don't have time during this time of the season to do such long questions. They got to be shorter. You're not getting a full marker board session on a non-$20 super chat and phone call. 832, you're live. What is your name, 832, and where are you calling from?
Smitty, what's up? I'm Mark from Austin.
What's up, Mark? What can I do for you?
I want you to give me some thoughts on this team. I think I drafted Goldmine. I'm a little weak at QB, but here. I got Stroud.
Finish
Barkley,
him.
Jeanty.
Call terminated.
805, you're live. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Jaden from California.
What's up? What can I do for you, Jaden?
Hey, I was just wondering if I should trade Bo Nix because the other guy has Igbuka on his bench and I have Dak as my backup. But
all right, hold that thought 1 second. Rock out, mute yourself real quick. I'll be right with you, Rock out. Let me get this guy in here. Mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you, okay? All right, I'm sorry. I was talking to the. Let me send everybody else. The phone lines are closed for right now. All right, who was I talking to? 805. 805. What was your name again?
Jaden from California.
Jaden. All right, go ahead, Jaden. Keep going.
All right, I was just wondering if I have Bo Nix and Dak, and it's a 10-man up 1 QB. Now the guy has Igbuka on his bench, and I was wondering if I should trade him for Bo Nix because he said he wanted Bo Nix earlier. And I was wondering if I should get JCM and Igbuka for Bo Nix because I already have London and Hunter and Hendy as my flex.
So it's 1 QB?
1 QB, yeah.
We got 5 gifted memberships from Tater. Thank you, Tater, for dropping those, you monster, you. So 1 QB, you'd start Dak, you get rid of Bo Nix, and you get Buka and JCM for Bo Nix.
Yes.
Mash. I love Bo Nix, bro. Yeah, send that. That's great. Because Dak is still going to ball out. Maybe consider cuffing Milton to him, though, unless you have another really strong backup situation.
All right. Sounds good, bro. I was going
go
to
get it, bro.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. If that other caller, I forget who it was, wants to call back and try again, but it never fails, man. It never fails. You could tell people, look, we don't have time to do full team breakdowns. I'm trying to move through the phone line. And mute yourself real quickly, caller. I'll be right with you. And the phone lines are going to be closed for now. I don't have time to go through full teams. You can drop a super chat if you want. We'll look at it, but the phone line needs to be more rapid fire than that. Let's go. Mute yourself, caller, real quickly. Mute yourself, please. I'll be right with you. All right, rock out. You're live.
So I need to drop one guy unless I can get Trey. Who would you drop? Downs or Likely?
Downs or Likely? Probably Likely because, if you can't put him on IR. he's missing at least week 1, but could miss a lot more time. Now, if you don't need a wide receiver at all, then Downs, obviously you could kick him loose. But likely he's hard to hold right now because he's not playing. But I still think he's a great player to monitor. He'll be on the, just so you know, he'll be on the week 2 waiver wire list. Pick him up. He's going to be cut. People won't have him roster because they just can't afford to hold him. But I mean, that could go. I think likely is potentially a top 10 tight end this year per start, maybe much higher than that. We just got to see him get healthy. It's hard to really put him any higher than like that kind of thinking until he gets into the back into the lineup. So yeah, definitely tough call. You could go either way. Rock out. Depends on who you got to pick up though.
I just need a kicker.
Yeah. It's a tough one, my boy. All right. Anything else, Rock out?
What kind of player could I get if I made a package of Collins and Walker?
Nico, Collins, and Walker?
Yeah, I'm trying to upgrade my running back and maybe take a slight downgrade at wide receiver.
I mean, you'd have to do a 2 for 2 there. I mean, Nico Walker would have to get you Lamb or Chase.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Yeah. So 2 for 2. I don't know. You'd have to give me the other player. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I would definitely trade Nico and Walker for if I'm getting, let's say, a London or Lad McConkey or Hunter or something like that. You might certainly get a more massive second piece. So it just depends. I mean, if you give me an idea, I can try and cook it up, but I don't have that team's players. So what are you thinking?
How about Kyron and Lad?
Kyron and Lad for Walker and Nico?
Yeah.
Give me Kyron and Lad. I just worry that this could become a nothing burger. We might potentially have no value for Walker. We might. Walker could be, if Walker got traded to the Bears or the Texans, like, he could have value, but as it stands now, it's hard for me to imagine if he doesn't get traded to become a starter somewhere. And it might even be cloudy still in Chicago, How does he become a top 5 to 10 running back with Charbonnet there? I just don't see it. So give me the Kyron Lad. All right, Rock out. Got to go. Appreciate you, bro. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Call tonight, all right?
All right, cool.
All right, 817, what's your name and where are you calling from? Keep it snappy.
Hey, Smitty. This is Steve. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm in the 10-team PPR dynasty. I want to upgrade my quarterback room. I have Kyler Murray and Drake May, but I have 2 people who's willing to trade Patrick Mahomes and Bo Nix. What kind of trade would you be looking for there? I got one that wants James Cook straight up for Patrick Mahomes. Would you do that?
Well, yes, I would in theory, but it does suck to give up a running back starter when you have Kyler and May already. And so, can you then trade those guys away and get, anything? Could you trade them? Could you trade away them to even get like an Ollie Gordon, or something like that? Then all of a sudden you're weighing out Ollie Gordon and Mahomes versus, Kyler and Cook or something. And then I like that a lot. So as long as you think you can get rid of one of these quarterbacks or something, it makes sense. But you are giving up. You are giving up a player that Cook, who got drafted well before Mahomes. You're not getting enough in return. So hard to say.
Exactly. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
In a vacuum, I like it, but you got to be able to make another move.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you don't have Ollie Gordon, so that sucks. But I'll see what else he has. What about Bo Nix? Would you trade maybe? I just love George Pickens. But I mean, my wide receivers room is stacked. But would you do like a George Pickens straight up for Bo Nix? Or that's kind of too much, maybe? Do you think?
You still Pickens is getting drafted in the 4 or 5 round. Bo Nix is around 9.
Yeah.
So you're not making wise choices with these. You got to get more.
Yeah.
Go to the Ollie Gordon owner, see who he has at quarterback, see if he's willing to do something. I love the idea of that, but is there another receiver you could upgrade? Like, can you upgrade one of your receivers into? You say you got good receivers, but let's say you had a Lam McConkey. Can you turn that into London or BTJ in order to make the quarterback swap? So think a little bit more outside the box for some two player trades.
Okay.
All right, got to go and then call back.
Awesome. I appreciate you.
Yeah. 209. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, it's Tony from California. Got a quick trade question. What do you think about Bijan and A.J. Brown? Those are my players to receive MHJ and Jeanty.
Bijan and MHJ and Jeanty for Bijan and what?
And A.J. Brown.
Jeanty, AJB. Okay, definitely feel like this Bijan AJB side's better on paper. I do worry a whole hell of a lot about AJB though, but still the fair market value is kind of like you probably need to get a little bit more because Bijan's ranking over Jeanty, and so both sides of this are better than this side. But I mean, you throw another third piece in there and then I like it, or you flip yeah, I don't know. I think I'm worried about AJB. I'm still selling him, but I don't think you can do this move. MHJ's got lesser value. I like MHJ a lot, but he's not there, bro. He's not there yet. He's not an AJB current perceived value.
And what do you think about dropping Nick Chubb or Josh Downs for Tootin?
I drop Chubb and I don't even look back. Chubb can't even move left or right.
I got Woody Marks, so that works perfect.
Yeah, but who
all
cares?
Right, thanks, Smitty.
All right, later, bro. 301, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Smitty, this is Brooke from Maryland. How are you?
What's up, man?
All is well. I just have a quick question, man. I have Chase and was thinking about trading him for CD. I don't know if that's like kind of crazy or...
It is crazy to trade Chase for CD because the fair market value commands you get more. So CD plus what?
I mean, I haven't even offered the guy the trade, but
what's he got?
Yeah. I guess we're ready. All right, he has Garrett Wilson, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Tucker Kraft, Tyrone Tracy, Bateman, Quorum, Ray Davis. Not much going on.
What's he had that's good, bro? Don't read his trash roster. I'm like, what can you?
Good would be
Bateman. Yeah. No. Who?
I'll say Tyrone Tracy probably.
No.
Or Garrett
No.
Wilson's kind of good.
Okay, so Garrett Wilson, what do you have that you could give him back to make CD Garrett Wilson for Chase something? Now this is where you read the trash. Let's give him trash. I don't know. Look into this.
My team is I have Dak, Chase, Sutton, Bucky. Chain.
I don't know. I think even Sutton is too, like, Sutton's close to Garrett Wilson in some ways. Sutton's a guy I don't respect and I should. I think this is not probably going to work in terms of the Garrett Wilson edition. I don't know, bro. Who's your quarterback and who's his quarterback?
My quarterback is Dak.
And who's he got?
His quarterback. He got Goff.
Who?
Goff.
Goff, yeah. What about his tight end and your tight end?
I have Warren. He has Tucker Kraft.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, ask him for Garrett Wilson. See if he'll do it. And if he doesn't, then, you could throw in something, but it better not be Garrett Wilson-esque. Not even Sutton. Because Chase goes number 1 overall, CD goes 3 or 4, and you giving this up, I think, is not wise and advisable. Now, I like CD. I think he could be the number 1 wide receiver, but you got to get something significant. You can't get Bateman's or anything like that. It's got to be, super solid. It has to be something feeling almost league winning. Something even if it's quietly league winning. It's, a sleeping giant. I'd maybe like you give me Gordon, Ollie Gordon, like that might trigger it for me.
Yeah, I got Ollie Gordon.
I know.
Gordon.
Yeah, I'm just saying like something like that. All right, bro, gotta go.
Okay, got you.
All right, later.
Thank you.
803, you're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Keep it snappy.
What's up, Smitty? Your name's Emmanuel, South Carolina.
What's up?
I have a question. I'm in a 2-quarterback league. My running back situation, I have RJ, RV, Bucky Irvin as my starters, though. And I got Zach Charbonnet and then Brian Robinson on my bench. Should I trade any of my wide receivers for a running back? For a wide receiver.
This is him slyly giving me his whole team in sly fashion. It's like, let me give you, I won't waste your time. I won't give you my whole team. My running backs are, and then should I make a trade with my wide receivers are? Bro, give me a question. I can't comb through your whole roster on the phone line. I need a question. What is your trade question? I appreciate you. I'm not mad. I got to keep the phone lines moving. I can't.
No, you're good. You're good. Should I trade one of those running backs for another running back, 1 or 2?
I can't digest that unless I know the whole details. And like I said, this is gonna be a quick phone session, so there's no way for me to know any of that. You're Bucky and who?
RJ Harvey as my.
I love those running backs.
I know. That's funny.
Bucky and RJ Harvey.
Okay, this is my question. This is my one question for you. One question. Is RJ Harvey a starter for week 1 going on?
We don't know, but even if he isn't, he's still going to get volume enough that I trust him. But even if he doesn't, I'm not reacting season long to it, because look what you would have done if you would have said, is Chase Brown a starter in week 1, Smitty, last year? And we're like, yeah, we think so, yeah, but he didn't do anything in week 1. He didn't do anything in week 2. He didn't do anything in week 3. And in weeks 4 through 17, he was a top 5 running back. And if you had given up and traded and made maneuvers that weakened your team because you were worried about that, you would have missed out on having this team that you would have had just hanging in Chase Brown. I don't know what the answer is for week 1. I do know he'll be used. He can have a touchdown, 30 yards. But I'm certainly not get rid of him to off of any sort of fear factor. Okay. All right. Appreciate you, bro. Call in tonight when we have more time. Sorry, I got to be short with everybody. I don't have much. All right. Later, bro. Okay. Next caller. Last one, 951.
Yo, what's up, Smith?
What's up?
How would you rank these guys?
Can you speak up, bro? I can't hear you. Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, I got you. Chuba Hubbard, Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, Mike Evans, and Devontae Adams.
Chuba Hubbard, Kenneth Walker, Mike Evans, and Adams?
And Kamara.
It's such a grab bag, bro. I mean, there's like reasons that they could be good at first and not good. Adams, I kind of want to say Adams like number 1 initially, but then what happens in week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like, I don't know. Walker, could he be amazing? But what I'm going to say right now just feels like there's a lot of negatives right now. Evans, he's older. He can start off as the number 1, so like, but then it's like, what do we do with these two guys? They're so much older. Chuba probably feels like the safest one. Kamara, same thing. He could be the number 1, but then what happens as the season progresses and he pulls a Joe Mixon and drops off the face of the earth in week number 10. So I would say, looking at this with the age factor, Chuba's the safest one to rank as the number 1, and these other guys are just like a 3-way tie. Kamara, Evans, and Adams. Walker not on the board in this combo. These are your tie. They're tied for 2. Unfortunately, I wish I could give you a good answer here. If I had to lean one, I'd say I'd lean Adams. I think Evans and Adams are pretty close though. Very, very close. Kamara I like, but he's on a horrible offense. Adams is good offense, lots of targets. Evans, good offense, lots of targets. Kamara, crap offense, crap team, not living in the red zone, potential fall off in age. So if we got a fall off in age likelihood for Evans, a fall off in age likelihood in Adams, and a fall off in age likelihood in Kamara, let's go with the 2 better offenses. And then I would say at the end of the day with the Stafford back, I lean Evans more. So in summary, I know I got everything written all over. Chuba 1, Evans 2, Adams 3, Kamara 4, Walker 5. Off that reasoning. All right, got to go, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. All right, phone lines are closed. I think, Travis, you tried to call in. Go ahead and try to call in, Travis. I might have not seen that one. Call in real quickly, and I'll let you sit on the phone line while we work through these super chats. I got super chats here that I need to get through. Hey, Smitty, how are you doing? 14-man, PPR, Dak, HN, Brees, BTJ, Adams, Fergie. Love you. Strange. Any trade suggestions? I'd probably say, looking at this squad, I don't know. HN and Brees and BTJ and Adams pretty good. Okay, am I trying to move JCM and Caleb Johnson, Caleb Johnson, JCM for that Kyron Williams or something like that? Sure, of course I am. Now, is Ridley and Caleb Johnson or Ridley and JCM going to get you Kyron? Probably not. What could they get you? Maybe a Hampton, maybe a Hendy if you're lucky. Harvey would be in the cards. Would I give up Ridley and Caleb for Harvey? I would. I think Harvey's a league winner. So maybe go in that direction. Other than that, kind of hard to make some moves with this team. You might need to let it play out. Adams going to be hard to trade. Brees going to be hard to trade. BTJ and Achane, love them. Not trading Achane on the low at all. And Sean, appreciate you with the super chat here. Hey, Smitty, 10-man league. Rate my team. Allen, Barkley, Bucky, Adams. Did I do this one already? RJ Harvey, Krusky, Merritt, Kean Coleman, Fergie, Penix Jr., Rashad White. Let's go. I love the team, bro. Sean, that's a really good squad. Oh, yeah, this is the $100 hauler. Yeah, I already rated that one. Sean, great squad, by the way. Nobody's topped Sean's $100 super chat. I mean, Gary's already in the league. Gary, appreciate your super chat. If anybody tops the $100 super chat, they're going to get into the league. The super flex Wild Wild West, we draft after week 1 only. And you draft 4 weeks 2 through 17. We're not redrafting each week, but we're drafting after week 1. It's a super flex. It's a Wild Wild West style. Dropped Lockett, and I think I already answered this one. Dropped Lockett for Amari Cooper. Again, it's okay. I'd much rather have like a Thornton or something like that. Thank you, Sean, for dropping that. I think we have this one here is, would you drop Burden for Gordon or Marks? What do you think I'm going to say, Jack? I appreciate your super chat. I'm only being hard on the question just so you really understand how much I want you to grab Gordon. Yes. And the fact that you're putting Marks in there with Gordon, when I'm literally I'm begging everyone to go make sure you grab Gordon right now, and I'm still getting questions. Do I get him? Miss Smitty, is the cheese in the fridge old? Look at the expiration date, Smitty. Yeah, it looks good. So, should I eat the cheese in the fridge? Tatered sandwich with a $20 hauler. Hurry it up, spit it out. Appreciate you. Tatered sandwich dropping the 20 watt on screen. What a monster. What a monster.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Tatered sandwich. Dropping sandwiches.
$20 to yell at the dollar. I like it.
Yeah, I like when someone yells for $20. I love it. or my favorite questions are Smitty, no question. Just want to say here's $20 for being a man. The man.
Excellent.
Pickens 8th, 12-man league redraft. Got it. JD flat. Whoa. No. Script to screw. Okay. Pickens 8-man redraft. Got JD5, Caleb, Jeanty, Henderson, Rice, Worthy, Evans, Buka. Did I do this one already? Just some trade ideas. I think I did do this one already. Caleb. Yeah, I think I said sorry about Caleb. Jeanty, Henderson, freaking unbelievable team. Worthy, Rice. Love that. You're covering Rice, but you're also, it's still going to be lucrative to have both of them. Worthy reminds me of Worthy Rice reminds me of BTJ and Hunter. That Hunter's going to be such a weapon that it's not going to really be where one has to do well and the other doesn't. Love Ibuka, Evans, Godwin. I don't like Godwin, but I was just reading Godwin. Thomas Jr., just some trade ideas. I don't think I have any trade ideas for you. Like, why would you move anything? Henderson, Jeanty, Rice. You got Rice backed up. You got Buka. You got Brian Thomas Jr. Like, I don't know why you're listing him so late. I mean, I'd even consider trading like Evans. 5 gifted memberships by Tatered Sandwich. Make sure you give him a thank you if you got a membership from him. I would say like maybe I'm exploring Mike Evans and Worthy for one big monster, one monster player. You've got 2 amazing running backs. I wouldn't mind you getting a London-esque wide receiver, St. Brown-esque JJ Neighbors. You could even afford to take a gamble on a Neighbors or JJ. Andrew, appreciate your super chat. Love the squad. Squad's looking pristine. Let me see if I got this one here. This is from Lewis. Lewis says, what's he saying here? West? Wow, are you saying the Wild West? I don't know what you're saying here with Lewis with this. WIMD. What's he doing? My short.
Typo, maybe?
Huh?
Is it supposed to say Wild West?
I don't know. Wild West. Thank you, Lewis, for the infusing super chat. I still love you, pal. A 10 from Tatered Sandwich, dropping another 10. I have Burrow, CMC, Higgins. I was offered Mahomes, Kyron, London. What do I do? Burrow, CMC, Higgins for Kyron, London, Mahomes. You take it. You take it. You say thank you. Burrow, CMC, Higgins. So I like Kyron over CMC personally. I get that there's different value there. Mahomes and Burrow, wash. London, Higgins, smash. So you take that Kyron, London, Mahomes side and you go cash your checks early. That's what you do. Nothing else to do. $20 hauler from... Oh, I got this one for Andrew already. 12-man pick. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you for dropping that one. This one, mashed potatoes. You get a mashed potato, young man. You get a mashed potato. Anybody wants a $10 mashed potato, they're going to get it. They're going to get it. Appreciate you, Evan. I got to order some tacos soon. It's Taco Tuesday, right? Taco Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
I'm going to order some tacos right now. Hendy for Chase Brown. Hall. Hendy for Chase Brown. And sorry, not Hall. Half PPR. Sorry, my screen gets frozen. And then Hendy for Chase Brown. I'd rather have, I don't know, Travis, who you rather have, Hendy or Chase Brown? Half PPR. Chase Brown.
Is it redraft or die?
I assume redraft. Half PPR. I think I'm gonna go Hendy, but I mean, damn, I don't know. It's really close.
Yeah, I might lean Chase Brown in that redraft maybe, but
trading Warren, Javante to receive Sharps. Trading Warren and Javante to receive Sharps. Goddard already starting Ingram. Yeah, so Tyler Warren, Javante for Sharps, starting Evan Ingram. I'm fine with that. Charbonnet's worth that. That's definitely a player that I hate trading Warren because I think he's gonna be a monster. But offered a trade. I have Burrow, CMC, and Higgins. I'd be getting. Oh, I just did that. Why am I seeing this? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Players being kept by the league. Nico, Achan, Chase Brown, Bowers. I'm at 1.8. Better to start with Neighbors or Jeanty. Personally, I'm starting Jeanty every time. Neighbors has a lot of risk, and even though I still like him, Wild West question mark. I'm sorry. Yeah, Wild West. Are you asking what it is? It's going to be a draft. We're calling it the Wild West draft because it's going to be wild and crazy that we don't start it until week 2. I want everybody to watch week 1 and then draft a super flex redraft on the show live, 11 people and myself, and I'm giving the spots out through top super chatters. And we have time to drag that out a little bit, so I'm not going to give them all out. We're giving out one tonight, and that's going so far to Sean. He's got the $100 hauler. Unless I miscalculated, somebody else dropped more than 100. Maybe Tater Sandwich might have. Okay, Wild West. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate you. Penix, Henderson, Bill, Neighbors, London, Arroyo, JSN, Garrett Wilson. Let me order some tacos. Travis, can you can you look at this Jetter's question and try and cook up something for him? And then I'm going to come back. I'm not going to give you advice, Jetters. Penix, Henderson, Bill, Neighbors, London, Arroyo, JSN, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Scatterboot, Sharps, Blue, right. Got sniped early, trade targets. What trade targets for this guy? Let me call on his tacos.
All right, so got sniped early on running back. So if we're assuming he wants running back, yeah, put in what you guys think too. And yeah, JCM and Neighbors for something like a top 3 running back. JCM and Garrett Wilson, like Smitty always said, 2 of the best guys to upgrade with something a little bit better. JSN, ACM, get yourself into, try for Jeanty, where it'd be on Jeanty.
Bill's got
a decent guy that can happen.
Bill's got good trade value right now. London, I don't touch. Henderson, I don't touch. Hunter, leave alone. I'd be really tempted to use Bill and JSN, Bill and Garrett Wilson, trying to slightly upgrade. Yes, can I order some pre-picked up? Can I get 2 of your chicken tacos on soft flour with That's it, yeah. That'll do it. Actually, can you make it 3? Three of those? Soft flour, chicken, yeah. Thank you. All right, got those tacos ordered at a baby. So yeah, that would be my advice. Bill and JSN, Bill, Garrett Wilson. Thank you for those super chats or those gifted memberships. We got 20 that just dropped from Tatered Sandwich. He dropped 10. He dropped 20. He dropped I think 5 or 10 earlier. He's dropping them like crazy. Thank you, Jetters, for this question. Travis, I heard what you said. A lot of ways you could go with this, but the team's really good. You could do nothing and wait, but because JSN's undervalued, Garrett Wilson's undervalued, so like you are selling these guys low. Sharps will gain some value. You're a candidate. Hunter, I don't trade, and he'll gain value. You're definitely a candidate of, hey, don't worry until you get out of week 1. Sometimes people just want to have a completion of their team before week 1, but you can go out there and still do well, still be the highest scoring team even if things pop off, and then
Are we assuming redraft?
I always assume redraft if they don't say dynasty. But, this is one of those things where like we're going to have so many buy low targets that we'll have tons of ideas coming out of week 1. So
Would you move in a redraft? Would you move like Neighbors and Bill if you could get a Bijan or a Gibbs?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. JCM and Caleb Johnson for Harvey. I would take Harvey in a millisecond. I'm offering first. I definitely would take that and run, bro. Run. $100 buy-in in a 12-man PPR. $100 buy-in. Okay, so 1 QB. Jeanty, Bucky, Chase, Hendy, Ibuka, Debo, Jennings, Mims, QBs, Knicks, Penix. I like the team. Ingram, Pitts. Definitely a good quarterbacks, good tight ends you're covered. I love the depth at that, too. So you're going to weather through anything. Jeanty, Bucky, Chase, Hendy. Love it. Nothing I would change about that. That's like an 8.5 out of... That's a 12, man. That's like an 8.5 team out of 10. That's an unbelievable squad. Congrats on the win. And the depth you have is unbelievable. A tatered sandwich. Taco Tuesday. I think I know your answer, but Jeanty over Saquon, yes. What running backs will you take over him? Just Bijan and Gibbs? Yes. Bijan, Gibbs, Jeanty. That's my order. Thank you for the $20 holler tatered sandwich. Tatered to the moon.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I think Tatered might have just earned a spot. I think Sean and Tatered are the leading dogs for the two spots. Tater, make sure you
Luis is trying for it.
Luis is trying for it, did he?
Look at his super chat he just sent.
Can I get in if I drop 110? Well, I can't promise that because somebody could come in and drop 120. But right now, Tatered Sandwich and Sean are the lead dogs. But yeah, you probably would be. Gary's already in. Gary dropped 200, but Gary dropped 200 to remind me that he's already in. Gary's I think Gary might be Ron Navy's son. So Gary's like, hey, just wanted you to know I'm here. $200, I'm here. That's what happened. But Lewis, you probably would get in. I could get you in. Let's see what I have the Patreon League, which is going to be separate. I have the Dynasty League. I have the Wild West League. And then do I have another league? What am I blanking out on?
Oh, Patreon.
But that's okay. So I think I'm. So Lewis, technically speaking, yeah, Lewis, you probably would get it. I just can't guarantee. I'm not gonna give away 4 or 5 spots tonight. Smitty to the moon. Let's go, says Tatered Sandwich. Tater's definitely stepping up his game right now to get that spot. Tater, make sure you email me right now. $50 holler from Tatered Sandwich. He's dropping gifted memberships.
Give me $50 holler.
He's going ham. He's going Tatered ham sandwich. He's going ham in the chat right now. Thank you, Tatered, for dropping the 50 watt on screen. You monster, you, Sean, and Gary. Yeah, you definitely mark in the territory. So, Lewis, I'll look for it, and I can't guarantee that you'll get it. I can say this, that, Lewis, if you did drop the 110, I would open it to 3 spots, or 2 spots tonight. Right now, Gary's got 1. He's already got it, though. So, Tatered has got, Sean's got 2. Tatered's got the other spot. I'd be open to the 3rd spot if you get in the mix. But I can't guarantee that someone won't come and take your 3rd spot. But I will open up a 3rd spot for the 110. So you drop a 110 super chat, I will open it up. And then you will have it. And then someone could take it from you, though. But you could always up it to $10. If they went 120, you could up it $10 and get it back. You don't have to do it on one super chat. All right, here we go. We got J Money says Chase Brown and Het for Jeanty. Definitely give me Jeanty. I got Hunter. Yeah, easy. Give me Jeanty all day long. Tet's nice, but Tet doesn't move the needle on that side of the Jeanty side. JD5 and BT for CD and Hunter. I have Dak. Did I already answer this one? JD5 and BT for CD and Travis Hunter. You got to take... I'd rather have JD5 than BT. I'd rather CD and Travis Hunter, I think. Yeah, CD and Travis Hunter. But that's close, man. I don't know, man. Never mind. I don't know. The thing is, like, Dak is good. And draft values don't really concern me much after the draft's over. And because I think JD5 deserves to be a top 12 to 15 overall pick. But we live in a world where that doesn't need to happen. So BTJ and JD5 are like 2 top 15 players. CD Lamb. But I think Travis Hunter could be top 15 as well. I just don't think we expect that, right? We just
I think you'd probably have to know more team context. Like, with his wide receivers and stuff.
I think I think you probably score more points, Dak, Hunter, and CD Lamb. But yeah, what if Travis Hunter's not putting somebody on the bench, or barely is putting someone on the bench? Then it would be hard to say. Kyler is QB1. I have BTJ, Lawrence, or Penix is the 2. Penix Jr. for me. I think Penix Jr. could flirt with top 7 quarterback numbers all year. Can I get in if I drop to 110? Yes, for now, unless somebody bumped you out. But you could, again, like I said, you could bump them back out. JD5, I did that one already. I have some duplicates here. Apologize. This one here from Boogie. Hey, Smitty, how do you do in 14-man league? PPR, Dak, H-Han, Brady, BTJ, Adams, Fergie, Ridley, Caleb Johnson, JJ. I already did this one. Thank you. Appreciate you, Boogie. Thank you. I don't know why I got duplicates. $20 hauler from Lewis. Hey, Smitty, what do you think of my Kyle Williams? Think of Kyle Williams so far. Thank you for the $20 hauler, by the way. Lewis to the moon.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Lewis, thank you, my boy. Appreciate you. What do you think of Kyle Williams so far? Seems like he's the wide receiver 3. Polk is hurt too, so taking his spot. We like Chisholm a little more than Kyle Williams right now. But Kyle Williams I want to like more. I think he's probably the more polished player. But Chisholm's just exciting, and everybody wants him to be the next Puka, and I get it, but there's still a lot that needs to happen for him to climb up, you know. But I would say right now, it's a toss-up for me. It could be very much like Jack Besh gets drafted before Thornton, but Thornton's taken over. So it could be that same thing. Travis, you're a Patriots fan. What does your heart tell you? And then you said, what's the difference between the loyal member and the priority comment one? The priority comments, Lewis, I saw that you upgraded to that. I meant to say thank you. That I during the season, I sort by priority comments first on my YouTube channel and go through those. So I don't get to every comment, but this helps ensure that you're more likely to get your YouTube comments answered during the season. So I appreciate you, and you get the emojis.
Yeah. On the Williams thing, Polk was never even a competition.
Yeah,
I don't think he was healthy, but really, it's a matter of how much Chisholm is involved early, I think, because Williams looked really good in camp, but he wasn't getting a ton of opportunities in the preseason games. So I don't know if that's timing or just him growing as a receiver or not. So it could take him a little while to get going. Like we've talked about before, redraft probably fine if you get quiet and watch him. Dynasty is a great.
Yeah, I agree. Lewis.
Smitty.
Lewis with the $200 super chat. Lewis, email me right now, please. I don't know that Sean emailed me yet. Sean, have you emailed me yet? Where the hell is Sean?
Lewis, in here.
Sean, I need you to email me, bro. Okay, Lewis, email me real quickly, Lewis, and put a number in the email, like a number between 1 and 100, and don't say it on the stream yet. And then after you send the email, I want you to tell me what the number is. I just want to make sure I confirm your identity. So, Lewis, please email me right now. Go to the Fantasy Football or Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Email me Smitty at and just put that number. And then I'll see it. Would you trade Hunter for? Would you trade Hunter for anyone? Would you trade Hunter for anyone? Go Pats. Lewis, did you give me your team earlier or something? I don't know what you're specifically asking on this $200 hauler. Let's see, Lewis, my boy. Or Luis, I think I'm calling it's Luis. I'm sorry, Luis. The guys, we're on a first name basis now. Luis, why am I calling you Lewis? Lewis, Moneybag Lewis is what your new name is. Moneybag Lewis. Moneybag Luis. Did Luis send a?
I don't think he posted his team.
Yeah, I don't know that you did. I mean, would I trade Hunter for anyone? So this is in particular, I'd probably say Luis, Moneybag Luis. I'd probably say, hard to answer that question in general, but I would say I'm definitely intrigued by getting a running back if I needed one, like Harvey and Hampton and Kyron, and you're going to have to give up more to get Kyron. I'd be very tempted to go get a quarterback upgrade if I needed JD5, et cetera, et cetera. Appreciate you, my boy. Luis coming in strong. Moneybag Luis dropping wattage. We have Johnny here with the $20 hauler. Johnny, appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Okay, it was Kyler Murray and Jeanty for my Bo Nix and Bucky the other day. Kyler Murray and Jeanty for Bo Nix and Bucky. I'd take... Jeez, man, if it's redraft, I didn't take it. I turned it down. Good choice, or should I redo it? If it's redraft, I'd rather have Bucky and Nix. If it's dynasty, I think I still rather have it, but it's close, man. Jeanty's so good. Does dynasty change anything, Travis? Would you rather have Kyler and Jeanty in dynasty? Chat, vote on this too. Or would you rather have Bucky and Nix in dynasty? In redraft, I think Bucky's so good, I'm fine with Bucky and Jeanty being a wash, really. Yeah. But Nix over Murray in redraft. But in dynasty, is Jeanty gaining more steam over Bucky that we say, give me the Jeanty side? That's so tough.
It is, because basically if you take the Jeanty side, taking Kyler out of the situation, you're gambling on that he'll be, elite for a few more years than Bucky. So that's down the road anyway. So if you can win now in the next year or two, take the next side.
Yeah. All right, hey Travis, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta roll here to go get those tacos. So I'm gonna blast.
I have one quick question.
Yeah.
Would you rather? I gotta watch part of the beginning of the show, so I don't know if you touched on Fannin at all. But would you rather have Fannin or Likely right now in a redraft?
In a redraft, Fannin, because Likely in redraft Likely, in dynasty Fannin.
Okay. All right, appreciate it, Smitty.
All right, later, bro.
Go ahead.
All right, guys, phone line's closed, unfortunately. I'm going to actually close it, so I won't even see if anybody calls. I'm sorry. I got to roll through these. $20 hauler finally shipped off JCM. Rate my new team. Allen, Jeanty, Chase Brown, Hampton, Worthy, Hunter, Buka, Tyler Warren. I like this team a lot, man. Should I upgrade a wide receiver? No. I mean, you could, but Worthy, Hunter, and Buka is solid. I mean, it's very crafty. I'd try maybe trade Worthy and something. Maybe Sharps, you wait on it, right? Sharps gets you value, Tootin gets you value, Bigsby gets you value. I think this is a wait and see. I don't really move anything yet. I like everything on your team, but I do trade Worthy if the price is right later. Let me see if that email came through from Tatered Sandwich. Tatered, I got you. Taleb. Called Tater Sandwich. I tried to call him Caleb and Tater at the same time. Tatered Sandwich, what is the last digit in the email address you sent me? Don't give me your full email. I don't want people knowing your email. What is the last digit in your email? I want to know. And Luis, you have not emailed me yet with the number from 1 to 100. So, Tatered Sandwich, give me the last digit, the single last digit in that so I can confirm that that's you. Evan with the $200 hauler. Evan, you surpassed Sean. Sean didn't even email me. I still love my boy Sean. Sean, if you are watching later, I will still give you a Patreon goodness if you email me. Sean, you got bumped off by Evan right now with the $200 hauler. Evan, will you email me right now through my contact form at thefantasyfootballshow.com or Smitty at, and just email me a number between 1 and 100, and then once you've done that, I'll ask you what that number is to confirm your identity. But Evan, appreciate you. Let him cook. Who is Sean? It's Smitty's best in the business. Sean, because you were a $100 hauler, email me though, and we'll talk about the Patreon goodness that you get. So these are the two winners so far. Thank you, Evan. Evan, I will be looking for your super chat. What a monster. What a monster.
Smitty. Everybody's
Okay, Tater, you are confirmed. Thank you, my boy. Tater Sandwich confirming his identity. Thank you very much. Lewis, you are the man, the myth, the legend. Lewis says this super chat here. Oh, man, I got rid of that message. I didn't want to do that. Lewis, here we go. Lewis, $5 hauler. 2 days ago, you gave me an 8.5. Could you please email me? 2 days ago, you gave me an 8.5. Can you email me? Lewis, I don't know that I have your email. Luis, I don't know. You just email me right now with the number so I can confirm, my boy. I need to confirm you. So please just email me real quickly. I don't want you to miss out on this league, bro. I need you to email me, my boy. $5 heart, 10 team PPR. May, Penix Jr., Jamar. Give me a number between 1 and 10 in the email. Don't tell anybody in the chat. Okay, and then I need you to tell me what it is. 10 team, half PPR. May, Penix, Jamar, BTJ, Rice, Hill, Devontae Smith, Chase Brown, Hendy. Love the squad. How should I target another running back or QB? I don't know. I like Penix Jr. enough that I almost let this ride, bro. Your team looks fantastic. Devontae Smith is movable. Tyreek Hill is totally movable. If that's Tyreek Hill, I think it is. So Devontae Smith, Tyreek Hill with Mason. Yeah, I keep Hendy. I keep Chase Brown. I'm moving Hill or Devontae Smith with Mason or whatever to upgrade Penix Jr. or May. Sure. That is an easy call. Mahomes, Bo Nix, those are the players that you want to move. Absolutely. Pick one. Downs, Higgins, Thornton, Tootin, Gordon, Ollie Gordon, bro. Ollie Gordon, not even close. My second choice would probably be Tootin. Thank you for the super chat. 10 team, half PPR. Jamar, BTJ. Oh, I just answered that question. Thank you. Appreciate you, Logie. Logie to the moon. $5 hauler, 10 team PPR. $100 buy-in. Penix Jr., Bucky, Hendy, London, MHJ, Ingram, Rice, Debo, Bench, Harvey. I don't even know if we're coming back on the midnight show because it's already midnight. Ingram, Harvey, Ward, Jennings, BTJ, Harris. I might come back and do some sort of show. I'm not sure yet. Or I might just record a video for the morning. $100 Penix Jr. I like this team. Hendy, Bucky, London, MHJ. Love the team. Rice. Not trade much. Harvey, Bench. Maybe I'm trying to get Harvey into the lineup somehow, but geez, man. Love the team. You have enough depth to win. Would I maybe move, like, let's say Debo if he gets high enough value, or MHJ because you can get Harvey into your lineup? Would I maybe move one of those guys to get Penix Jr. upgraded? Maybe. All right, Lewis, you sent me a message. Lewis, okay, Lewis, what did you say in your message? Lewis, what did you say in your message? All right. No, Metsu, I didn't miss your super chat. I'm getting to it next. 14 team. Hey, Smitty, here's my 14 team PPR. QBs are Penix Jr., Darnold, Bijan, Hampton, Jordan Mason, Tyler, Tank, Bigsby, Woody Marks. Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Pickens. I'm probably trading Devontae Smith and Mason. Devontae Smith and Mason. Love Pickens. Love Garrett Wilson. But you kind of need Devontae Smith and Mason for one slightly better receiver. Like Buka. I'd rather have Buka than Devontae Smith. To be honest. If you could do that trade straight up. Love the team. Not really moving much, my boy. Unless I can use Mason or Devontae Smith to make Penix Jr. turn into a top 5 QB, David. Then I'm just standing down on that. That's a really good team. Lewis with the $2 hauler said JD5 is him. Yes, he is. Lewis, you are confirmed. My boy, appreciate you. I will send you a link. So I got Tatered Sandwich. I got Gary. And I have Luis. So those spots are locked in. Nobody can even knock them out anymore because I've already got it confirmed. So if anybody else does, in fact, drop a higher super chat, I'll try and get with you on figuring it out. But those guys are locked in. I'm not going to take those spots away from them. We're good to go. Thank you all for your super chats. $100 Penix Jr., Bucky, Hendy, London. I think I answered this one already. Harvey, Ward, Pitts, Gordon. Love this team. Love this team. Only trying to maybe upgrade Penix Jr. Maybe. Bucky, Hendy, London. Those guys aren't moving. Ingram, love it. Rice, Debo. You got such value here with Harvey being a flex option for you that, yes, Debo or MHJ to get Penix into a top 4 QB would be the most ideal move. Past that, I'm literally standing down with that team and letting it play out for a week because you got so much value that needs to cook and marinate. Just drafted 12. Thank you for the super chat. Just drafted a 12-man 0.5. 2 flex, Jeanty, Bucky, McBride, JD5, Ridley, Diggs, Jawan. Suggestions, Keith Mitchell. Two flex league, Jeanty, Bucky, McBride, JD5, Ridley, Diggs. Love the team, man. I don't think you have much to move, to be honest, though. I don't mean that in a negative way, but your bench is like hard to trade. And I don't want you moving Bucky or Jeanty or McBride or JD5. And I don't know that Ridley gets, like, if you could trade Ridley for Buka, yes. Anything on your bench, ETN even. Marks, Keaton Mitchell, any of that can make Ridley be Hunter or Buka. I would do that. Past that, there's not much you can do, but let that team play it out. $20 hauler by Tatered, dropping a 20 wad. Did I already answer this one? Taco Tuesday. I think I know the answer. Yes, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I did read that already. Accidentally drafted Juwan Jennings. Don't like him at all. Pat Bryant, Horton, Thornton are on the waiver wire. Make sure Ollie Gordon isn't there or Tootin isn't there, but I'd definitely take, I think Thornton right now. I'd take Thornton over him. Do that live. Got late first, Ollie Gordon for Pearsall. Got a late first, Ollie Gordon for Pearsall. Alec Pierce third and a fourth. I love the Ollie Gordon in the first rounder. Navage, that's a crushing move. Surprisingly, I traded a 2028 first round pick for Ollie Gordon in the league. I traded a 28 first rounder for Ollie Gordon. I got H-Chan. Or no, in that league, do I have H-Chan? I might not have H-Chan in that league. I did it anyway. Because 2028, I could care less. 2028, my team is loaded. That's the 2.1. That pick is the 2.1. Everybody looking at my roster knows that it's the championship team or at least top 2 or 3. I've got JJ. I've got on that team. I'll tell you what I have. I'm gonna time out in this draft over here. What am I doing here? Damn it. What do I have? Round 18. RB. Let's go with Sean Tucker. Okay. Let me read off this team. I traded a first rounder for Ollie Gordon. That's how much I love Ollie Gordon in this particular league. My team though is off the hook. Mahomes, this is 12-man. Mahomes, Kyron, Bucky, JJ, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, RJ Harvey, Krosky, Merritt on the bench, Debo on the bench. So that's like a 2.1. That's how much I love Ollie Gordon. So you crushed it, Navage, getting this trade. Unbelievable. And Pretty Ricky's such an easy sell right now. I'd trade Pretty Ricky for Ollie Gordon and Dynasty in a heartbeat. That's my advice of the night. Got Bucky and Ladd, sent Walker and Igbuka. Yeah. Jeez, bro. I mean, I love Buka, but jeez, you crushed that trade, my boy. Crushed it. Penix Jr., Henderson, Bill, Neighbors, London, Garrett Wilson, right, got sniped early on trade targets. A good team. Henderson, Bill. Is this the one we read earlier, Jettas? Yeah, this is the one we read earlier. Really good team. Hopefully that advice helped. Definitely looking to trade Bill if I can get value for him. If not, I'm holding Bill. And Johnny, I think I answered this $20 super chat earlier. Kyler Murray and Jeanty for my Bo Nix and Bucky. Yeah, we answered that one earlier. Thank you. Appreciate you for dropping that. And then I think the last 2 super chats of the night. This one here from Justin. 10-man. Please rate my team. JD5, Bucky, Hendy, Puka. Keeper in round 8. BTJ, Buka, Hunter, Debo. Bro, no moves either. No moves. I don't want you touching that lineup. Maybe Puka. But that's 8th round keeper value. It's such a valuable player. But maybe I'm entertaining getting like a London or something like that. But with the keeper value, I don't think I mess with it. That's such a good trade value later too, especially during the season if Puka's going crazy. But I would rather have London. You know, there are some options. You could bring those to me. But other than that, I'm not touching this team unless there's a keeper trade maneuver using that Puka Nacua value. You know, like maybe you're getting Hunter for free and getting the London because you're doing that. You're saying, hey, take my Puka with 8th round keeper label attached. That could get you an extra player. You know, no one's going to, you don't have to do a London straight up. You get London who's got no keeper value and you get that extra player like Travis Hunter or something like that. Keeper league, keep London in the 5th or JSN in the 7th. Probably London in the 5th, even though it's a nice trade value or nice keeper value for JSN for sure. But I feel like I could still find somebody that I like in round 7 that would make me not want to make that sacrifice. Thank you, Smitty, for all you do. Thank you, Luis. Appreciate you, my boy. And welcome to the league. For those that don't know, we're drafting in the Wild Wild West draft after week 1. So it's Tuesday or Wednesday night. You have to be okay with either night. That's what I said earlier. We're drafting at midnight Eastern on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure what day yet. Probably Tuesday. No, probably, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to commit to that. Tuesday or Wednesday after week 1, we're drafting for the Wild Wild West, weeks 2 through 17 Superflex draft. And there'll be more spots given out throughout the week on that. So we got 3 spots locked down on that. Appreciate you all. Last super chat from Evan. Evan, thank you. Smitty, what is the email? Evan, didn't you send it already? Evan, it's go to it's thefantasyfootballshow.com. And Smitty at, okay? Evan, I need that email now. Give me a number between 1 through 10. 1 through 10, Evan. 1 through 10. 1 through 10. Smitty at. Go do that now before I leave. I need to have that confirmation. Smitty, what's the email? Thank you for the $2 super chat question there, Evan. You're the man, the myth, the legend. The dynasty spot, Theo. Theo, I got 2 to 4 spots. I'm not sure yet for the dynasty spot. You impress me right now. If you impress me right now beyond what Evan did, the spot's yours, Theo. I'll just tell you that right now. And you got a few minutes to think about that. That one's going to have a $100 buy-in as well that's not included in your super chat, by the way. So the Dynasty League, make sure you're aware that there is an entry fee. As far as the Superflex draft, there probably will not be, but there will be a prize. But the Dynasty one will have an entry fee each year, $100. Has nothing to do with me. That goes to the winner. But make sure you're aware of that. But Theo, if you impress me right now with something that's beyond Evans, I think I'd probably give it to you. All right. I appreciate you all. Got to go pick up my tacos. I'll see if Theo wants to impress me. I'll see if the email comes in from Evan. Evan, I need that before I leave. Put a number between 1 and 10. Then I go get my tacos. My tacos have been sitting there. She's like, they'll be ready in about 3 or 4 minutes. Hopefully, are they open? Oh, good Lord, be open past 9. Closing at 9. Oh, crap. I got to get down there. Theo, I don't see it, so maybe you do it tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll see if Theo drops it. And then I need, Evan, I need you to email me, bro. I need you to email me. Time running out of my draft. God, I'm timing out on a couple of these picks. All right, Evan, what number did you drop, Evan? What number did you email me, Evan? Now that I have the email, you can tell me the number. What is the number? And then I know you're confirmed. And then I'll send you guys a link tonight, okay? Give me a little time because I'm going to go grab tacos and I got stuff to do. I don't know that I'll be back for another show just because it's already midnight Eastern. Like, we can't do another show. That's the way that this works sometimes. This was a masterful show. Appreciate you all being here. This was a 3-hour and 34-minute show. I'm waiting for Evan's number, and then I'm out of here. Evan, appreciate you. Guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll have a video to drop in the morning. So at 7:30 a.m. Eastern and 4:30, we'll have that video dropping. Wild Wild West Prize. I'm not sure yet. All right, Evan, drop that number real quick in the live chat so I know what it is, please. Okay, Evan, what's the number? Put the number in the live chat right now. Like, tell me what it is so I can confirm your email. What number did you put in the email? Evan, what's the number, Evan? Tell me. Evan, type the number in the chat. Like Tatered Sandwich says. Do it live. Evan, what's the number, Evan? There. Evan, that's not the number you put in the email. Evan, that's not the number. Evan. Evan, that's not the number. Okay, there it is, Evan. Evan, you confirmed it. It's 45. All right, see you guys later. Appreciate you all. Evan. Don't forget. Email. Look at these guys. Monsters. All right, see you all later. Appreciate you. Video dropping at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. See you all later. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, all my super chatters. You guys are straight up savages. Savages, I tell you.